All right, so let's get started for tonight's episode of the Lamplighters, season 1, episode 30. We've made it.
Stop it.
And as we last left off, the Lamplighters, or at least some of them, had made their way through a curious vessel that had been crashed on the frozen lands of Iceland. And after, quite frankly, murdering their way through everything on the ship in a feat I probably should not have allowed, they find themselves in possession of a curiously nautilus-shaped vessel with tentacles on the front. One might call it a nautiloid. And there was one full-grown denizen of the nautiloid that was somewhat injured and wounded, and after getting beaten upon about the head and shoulders by, well, everybody, he pulled some sort of little metal tuning fork out from his tunic, tapped it, and vamped out, leaving you in possession of a technically not even fully explored nautiloid.
What happened after I had to leave last?
Basically that.
So I think you left, finished up the fight, he left, we did a little bit, we walked up a level or two and some exploring, there's some orifices that we can go through. And the notes I put in the end, notes I put in at the end of we're going to investigate the doors/rooms next game. So that's where we left off.
Ruka's not afraid of porpoises.
Porpoises, I love porpoises.
It's been so long since I've seen my character sheet. I need to remember what I do.
You refire a little.
What are these
It's true.
notes?
Look in the chat.
It's just scroll.
Oh,
Scroll a little bit.
so not in the notes document?
No, it's just a reminder so when we got back into here.
Awesome.
We should make it easy to copy and paste at least.
That's right. Congratulations. It's the fish.
And I filled it.
No, it's the.
know.
It's-
You have to whisper loud enough for Jay to hear you.
Whistle, whistle.
As I recall, we had somewhat gathered towards the first deck of the ship.
Yep.
And you had chopped your way through the psychic beacon, if I remember correctly. Yes? Is sounding familiar?
Yep.
Yep.
Little tentacle-y thingy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Very good.
Totally. Yeah, 100%.
Very good.
Yesterday.
You've watched all the episodes. You're caught up.
Exactly. That's all I do in indie when I'm not in class, and I'm just watching the backlog.
You guys hear
Oh, that's right.
a strange sound.
Is the vault moving? Is that what's going on here?
There's an alarm on the boat.
There was the
Klaxon.
deputy thing. There was the we were hearing like the stress call thing.
You were a psychic beacon.
Yeah.
In different languages. Having we'll say, apply percussive maintenance to it. You're now hearing this sound kind of echoing through
Self-destructive.
That's what you can.
all of the chambers. If I could find a good one that was like. "Fixing failure."
Waiting to hear glass. I'm over the louds.
We're still level 5, right?
Yeah, but it
Yes.
seems to be
supposedly.
getting maybe
That's the character sheet I keep opening.
more frequent.
Okay.
Oh, we should try that sounds.
Where are you all within, you have explored the command deck, the battle deck, and the.
So we
cargo deck?
left off on the Lido deck. And you're regrouping to make sure everybody was okay, and we were gonna say, before we start opening doors, we wanna make sure everybody's kind of ready for this, so no one's caught
Right.
unaware.
And
Perhaps we should really, yeah,
Well,
The
definitely
country.
keep a weather eye out, but, so on this main deck where we are, what, other than the stairwell up, what doors, if any, exist?
so when you say the main deck,
Where we fought Rix and Dreadax
yes.
and Zajar.
So there are some sphincter doors.
Yep, they're in the back,
Towards the back,
got it?
yep.
bing, bing.
Yep, that would be them, that would be them.
I'm going to go investigate and
Like
see what it looks like it would take to try to open that up.
We have actual tissues because we're civilized people.
Never heard of him.
Tissue?
So as you kind of approach these orifices, we'll call them biomechanical iris adjacent doors.
Good deal.
What hole?
Yes. Basically large, pink,
Pucker hole.
fleshy, kind of covered with a little mucus, kind of shiny,
Good lord.
just glistening.
It's just now hitting me that you guys are inside of a organic ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, Atlantis and Wraith ships,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ancient data device.
But how did you get in the first one?
We crawled into like an opening on the deck to get to here. We've not gone in any of
The opening was a door.
Was it?
It
I
was.
broke it.
Oh, it was just a door.
Formerly a door.
Okay.
Formerly a door. Root smash.
It was formerly known as
Roots.
door.
The opening formerly known
Yeah.
as door.
What? There was a giant crossbow on the deck. I was like, ooh, nice.
Now it's the jar.
Yes, it's very much a charm. So you get, you get up, you get close to them.
Yeah.
You kind of poke at them. And there's not even a quiver of response.
Baruch,
Brute, can you grab one of the little ones and bring it over here? Ah! I'm gonna say it responds to one of them that opens up when they approach.
You, see, what's the best way to put this gently? You murdered the shit out of those guys. They are super dead,
Yeah.
and any quality that they may have possessed that would open the door.
Is it like an eyeball thing? Could I do it?
Yeah.
Here's an eye.
I feel in their hand will open it whether it's attached to their body or not, right?
We didn't smash all the eyes, right?
Surely we left at least one eye.
This eye looks fine. I'm going
I think you
to,
see what I'm saying.
I'm gonna step back just a little bit and cast a firebolt at the sphincter.
You're gonna burn the sphincter.
I'm just gonna see if it goes, if it,
You're gonna try to apply heat to the sphincter.
yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, step back and I tell everyone to do, I'm gonna, unless anybody else has a different idea, I'm gonna throw a mote of flame at it just to see
Jay
how
is smiling.
it reacts.
Alrighty, making a tap roll.
Both with chicken with them. I mean, it's the literal side of the ball.
Get it from all
It
angles.
kind of is, yeah, but you know, he might roll one and set you all on fire.
Make an attack roll to set
I rolled
fire to
six.
sphincter.
Wait, no, that's damage. Hang on.
Because we did Taco Bell, right?
Roll to burn sphincter.
He's trying to do the same.
There we go, 23.
You have excited the secret.
You
I was-
hear, you hear a low protracted moan.
I rolled, I literally rolled, I think, 2 1s for my 2d10, so I threw just a little bit.
Some performance issues.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
In
You
another part of the ship, you hear,
roll your damage, 6, 2. The sphincter doesn't even really like redden.
Okay.
It does not quiver.
It doesn't inflame.
It does not part. It does not welcome your entrance.
All right.
Yeah,
You want to see me get in here?
Uh-oh.
where's that coming from?
Make a perception check. In fact, any of you,
Okay.
what you got?
Oh, I can roll here. What am I doing?
Oh, this is
I mean, we're in person. You don't have to use the
15.
15.
Well, actually 15 plus 5, 20.
Very good.
I had my 20. It's my-
10.
10. It is.
Ah, I rolled a 20 here too.
It is really hard to discern a source. It kind of seems to be coming from all over.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, advanced acoustics and the replication of them is kind of a little bit beyond you. That's not true. I'm just gonna say it does kind of sound like it's coming from all over.
Is
You
that-
guys are on the,
is
you
that a
guys are
good
on the
thing?
bottom deck, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're on the bottom
Yes.
deck.
It is not a good.
So there's not,
Outside, I want to be outside.
so both of you who rolled 15 or above,
Yeah.
notice up the stairs where not like a whole lot of light in here, there are lights.
Yeah.
You notice them all kind of dim, flicker. And then dim all the way down.
Got a bad.
The
feeling.
upstairs is in darkness.
Somebody had to say it.
Shadow fight.
I think we should
I think
leave.
we should leave too. I want to see what's in the room upstairs.
No, I turn around, I turn around, and I'm out on the deck.
I will tell you, if it is nothing and the alarm keeps going off and we are outside, we can go back
That's fair. That's fair.
in.
All right.
We make a hasty exit.
Is there anything that we can pick up and take with us on any of the people that we can? Does anybody hold anything? Any rings? Any pouches? Did we walk around in just in the bathrobes and that's it?
You know, I mean, you know, I should say they were in their bathrobes, but no, they were kind of in their bathrobes. But you do. Well, I mean, the one guy that was carrying the good shit kind of bang.
I know.
Yeah, he was out of there.
So this ship made a furrow in the ground with like snowbanks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm out on the deck, cannonballing out into the soda.
Maybe that works. Let's see how good.
Fucking net 20.
Also,
Yeah.
roll up the percentile dice to see if it's actually a snowdrift or just ice.
Please describe this feat of acrobatics.
But I'm so
I mean,
big.
it's like you are
my head is
down.
popping out of the top of the snow.
Right?
Makes a
I am-
reaching impression in the ground.
With my +1 acrobatics, I think I'm just gonna be trying to find a great way down. We gotta.
So on one of the squidlings, I don't know, one of the gnome Ceramars has about a 6-inch long black metal
All right.
Oh my
It
God.
has a little,
Oh my God.
there's a little part that's kind of a little,
Why would
like a little, it's like a little button.
Why would you do that, Joe? Why would you do that?
Why,
You never give a party one of them.
right?
Does this rod look particularly movable?
Well, it's only 6 inches long and it wasn't a known Ceramorph's pocket. But, you know.
It's a rod of detonation. You push a button, it just explodes.
Right. It is the key to the self-destruct.
Oh, good. I thought it was the key for reinforcements. You know,
Thank you for pitching the self-destruct.
So.
So as you guys make your way, are you all exiting the floor of the?
Yeah.
As you walk through the doors onto the main deck outside where the big ballista is, and you observe the beautiful cannonball that Ruth kind of shows you how it's done. You notice as you're exiting, like the few remaining lights on that floor flicker and go out.
Also, I'm probably run out of big knee cell time. So I come out of the snow drift smaller.
Right, you like make a huge,
When it gets cold, you know, this is perfectly common.
it's called shrinking.
Farouk is now normal sized.
Yeah. So, oh, I mean,
As opposed to giant. I don't know.
And as you walk out, you hear, you do hear
Why do you persist? with
the
that?
alarm, and
It's useless.
as the lights dim, the alarm is cut off in mid sound.
Klaxon, clacks.
And the device itself, the nautiloid, as it were,
Yeah.
falls dark and silent.
Let's give it 10 minutes.
That's fine. I'm gonna use shape water and I'm gonna kind of make us a little shelter so we can,
Pinch.
yeah.
So I know we're not really trying to use Roll20, but that's where everybody is.
Mhm.
So if you want to sort of move yourselves around
Okay.
down there at
Yeah,
the bottom.
I'm moving.
Completely space.
Cool.
Excuse me.
You said to
So,
do
Love
that.
this new version of interpretive D&D, where I just look at a black square and see where all your pings pop up on a black square.
You either need to move through or give one of us the ability to move through.
I will.
Yeah, I'm doing the peeking lower screen just so I can see what's happening.
We got to resize you
over Ali's shoulder.
because he is a big and.
Not since hitting the snow.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey,
Nice
hey,
trunk.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
What are you doing? You're doing 167.
So,
Edit, damn you.
brewer.
Curious what this is doing.
Controlled
No.
by. No, it says determined by character settings.
So many distance tabs.
So. Yeah, since this is his actual token,
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to, if it comes up. I mean, you all,
No, I think-
yeah,
Someone's having fun
Right.
measuring.
yeah,
Fine.
right, so
Oh my God.
I'll.
Oh, and
Just the other day, I really miss having Ellen around.
Oh, God. It's
So how long you guys, how long y'all wait?
we're actually, we'll do a short rest, do an hour.
We just did a short rest.
So you guys, if I remember correctly,
I think we did.
and I did not look at the calendar before I left and don't have a up-to-date version on my laptop, but this was in,
It was April 21st.
right, but this was midday, mid-afternoon.
No, it was dark.
It's always dark.
Yeah, but it was, actual dark,
Yeah,
not just
I think
mostly dark.
the early evening. And I'm
And
pretty
then
sure it was
dark.
early evening, and it was getting darker. And you guys murdered a couple of wormy dealies. And then proceeded to just lay waste to everything on board the ship.
You're our best.
Right? So how long you wait?
Well, we can either do a short rest and see if anything blows up, or we can just kind of move away a little bit and do the longer rest. All right. Move where we have a good view of the ship to see if anything shows up.
It's kind of in a depression, like in a small valley.
Yeah,
And now that you know where it is, it's kind of hard to miss.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll move.
I mean, in a frozen dark hellscape
Yeah.
of ice and rocks and, hills. It's a giant seashell with tentacles. It's hard to miss.
Let's move 200 feet off. And I'll build us a shelter of the snow and ice, and we will put a nice tree. I can actually.
Whoa.
I have a- In Alaska, no one's dead backcountry camping in Alaska. So I now know how to make these shelters so we don't die. And yeah, I definitely could use a rest. I used up a lot of my mojo.
You guys gonna short rest it and long rest it?
We're gonna long rest it.
You're gonna long rest it?
Yeah.
200 feet from the extra dimensional tentacle mongoloid of doom.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? Right?
The alarm's only been beeping for how long?
It stopped.
The alarm, but how,
Lights went on.
how long was the alarm beeping for?
A few minutes.
Hopefully it's an extra dimensional alarm.
We're more than 119 feet from it.
That's true. You're, how far away are you? 121 feet.
We are more than that.
All right, so, well. Yeah. Guys set up. I assume you made the shelter, you guys gonna do watches, what you gonna,
We're definitely gonna do watch.
okay? Let me know the watch order.
I'll take first watch. Watch in the morning.
I'll take last watch.
Yeah, first person to wake up in the morning. First watch.
Coney's on last watch.
Okay, I'll do fourth watch then.
Yes, that one.
Yes, the first one tonight, but the last one if you count backwards. Like these do.
She gets it.
Yeah,
There.
way to go math.
See, all I keep thinking is like, Baruch wants to do first watch so he can just do more cannonballs before going to bed.
All right, well. So. Who is, well,
I mean,
I
so
guess-
don't sleep now.
right, all right, so. Who's up?
I'm up for the fourth watch, which is the first watch.
By yourself?
No, I'm with Dal.
Okay, then.
Well. You guys have anything you wish to do during your watch or?
How many has identified on that rod?
That's fair.
It's a personal massager.
Yeah.
My back is killing me. This is awesome.
It says Toshiba on the side.
Going to stay warm and going to try to concentrate to see if I hear any more approaching voices or calls.
At the beginning, I'm gonna make a snow angel. And then, right next to it, Baruch was here.
Infringed.
Give me some.
And underneath Baruch, Because here, I'll put, what's his name? Dalen?
Yeah.
Dalen sucks. Underneath
Hey.
her.
Wow.
Dalen's pretty nice.
They was just catching stray bullets.
Not,
Uh,
yeah,
Alrighty.
so,
Dalen, if you check your messages, you'll have some.
There you go.
and I'll ask system.
The information.
Groups the best in giant.
Y'all give me some of that perception.
all right,
Yeah, right at this, okay. What's my plus on this character? 1?
15.
15?
15.
I got a 16, so take that.
So as your kind of hours pass into the deeper part of the night, you find your attention, like maybe talking, listening. It's really hard to not find your eyes drawn to the very alien appearance of this thing. One thing you do notice is that the tentacles that stretch out from the nose of this craft, when you first approached it, they weren't thrashing around, but you could tell they were animate. They were moving a little bit.
It's alive.
They now seem completely still. Other than that, your night, I'm on watch. Who's up next?
Oh yeah, who's on 3rd watch?
Who's on first? I'll be on third one.
Yes. I don't know.
Third base.
You doing an assault vision here, or you got you gotta have some breath?
Is anybody on third watch with Dalen?
We're doing 4 watches, right?
Yeah. So this would be 2nd watch if you're counting the correct way, or 3rd watch if you count the Varuk way.
Oh, yes, that's good.
I think with all the people who are here, I think you might have some,
Seven.
the 7th, yeah. But he's not
Eight,
here.
if technically right.
He's not here. Neither of
Lisa's
Robert's
technically here.
are
Croesus is
characters
not-
there.
Yeah, neither of
That's
mine.
okay.
This is true. Aldrich and Croesus are not with you.
We're doing like 2.5 hour one.
Oh yeah, so we'll do 3 watches, which is, so I was actually on 3rd watch.
And when
not
did you
4th.
know that Croesus got turned to stone?
So if we're doing 3 watches, I'm on last watch, whichever number that is. I don't actually
Level one.
give a shit.
The final watch, how about that?
2 levels
I'm on the
before we
fifth.
get a
Let's see if I
spell,
can-
can undo it. So,
That's just the worst feeling.
yes,
Okay,
but
well, whoever
Croesus
is
is
taking
unstoned.
what I'm going to call.
But we
the
have
second
Odric.
Watch,
we was a cleric.
give me some perception.
Joined, but
Either way. it's the same. Yeah.
this is gonna be the first return of Croesus today.
Oh,
Allegedly.
oh, since
21.
we're-
14. That's horrible.
Mostly because I've been unable to join the sessions.
So
but
you. Again, it's cold.
Yeah.
You do notice that the wind is kind of starting to pick up a little bit. You can see the clouds beginning to kind of fill up, and again, you're fairly certain that it snows in the forecast, but I mean, it's Tuesday, so.
Yeah. Okay, with the Y.
Yeah, right. Dalen, you know, your eyes keep going back and not there, right? And while the curious really wants to know more, you remember the things that you saw in the book.
Yeah.
And you saw it. You saw it. It came down and I mean, it was obviously, it was not in its full shape. And you get the feeling that the schlubs that were with him, that was not the A team.
Yeah.
Right, that was maybe not even B team, that was like when you're winning by 75 points and the people that have never really gotten on the field. Yeah,
DM had to make a new A.
yeah. So they're just, they were not, so. You know that the creatures that inhabit island, I guess, this vessel.
Yeah.
Probably are not to be trifled with. Especially considering this is something so alien.
Oh, okay.
You've never, it's like, you've
Yes.
heard of, you know. You've heard. It's not uncommon, but mostly it's like a story to spiritual.
Okay.
And for you to see this thing in its undeniable reality, you are kind of shaken, disturbed by the undeniable fact that there are, in fact, other things that can make it to where you are that are alien and kind of above your, like, you wouldn't even know how to negotiate because they are completely alien. But the novel word itself, quiet, no movement, no sound.
Okay.
Is there another watch after this?
First one.
Who's on first watch? Baru and
Jay.
yes. Baruch and Connie. So give me some rolls. Tell me what you're doing.
Stretch, walk away. What the? That's kind of funny. Wait. That's not like my likeness at all.
I ain't seen shit.
Start doing the control around camp.
Alrighty.
No, Connie is not seeing anything.
No, I've got my nose in my book. I got to a
really.
really interesting part.
What'd you get?
A 10.
Alright, 20 to 10.
That is literally the lowest I can get.
Well, 1 and 2. Okay, well,
Keeping us safe.
that's
Thanks,
good.
guys.
You guys, Chase is on the case, I see. So only people who've had kids in the last decade get that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I've seen bigger bus, but.
We missed Paw Patrol.
You're not, I'm gonna tell you, you're not missing.
We had Pinky Dee Doo.
Yeah. JoJo Circus.
It
JoJo
really-
Circus, Lots of.
It really,
Like,
it
never
was,
leave your head.
it's not good. I'm just gonna say. that.
All dogs go to heaven except for the class traders and the Paw Patrol.
Yes, there you go.
Oh.
You know, that one Doberman that they're trying to make you, they're trying to, indoctrinate you into thinking that cops are your friends. That they're good and righteous. So. How close do you get to the number?
I'm indifferent to it. I'm just doing my circle.
Roll 12?
Huh?
12, huh?
Yeah.
You pay no mind, you get close to it and it seems to be worth about you. It's quiet, it's dark, it's not doing anything. And really about the only thing you're even somewhat considering is the fact that there's that big ass.
Big ass.
Big ass ballistic. And
I'm not daydreaming about
Right.
yanking it off of there and carrying it around as my personal weapon.
right, and there's another one on the deck. Right? You see it.
I mean,
Um,
it's Baruch. He's actually saying,
Yeah,
can carry that.
yeah. So we really,
But then I should explore.
right. And we really, you know who could help you with that? I'll bet tax. A way to detach such a large weapon. But you,
Ooh, I can become, when I'm in big and I can become a howler for somebody. Strapped every time there, when he gets up there. and
in big in times two, you could do we.
Dual, yes. They'd be like hand crossbows.
Yeah.
Tax is just sitting on one of your arms, just like launching it.
Can't wait for late game 9 where Taxes turns into a mech. Like Pacific
So-
Rim style, just-
So your climate watch passes uneventfully. Other than the curious stuff. It's hard to. But the bright patch in the clouds begins to rise, bringing dim, and I mean like mechanically dim light to the world as a light snow begins to
Go and start kicking people away.
Oh,
Jeez. Good morning.
I've been down real close to your face and I go, I am not that small.
system. I don't know, giant.
Also.
It was me. Yeah, if Dale asks, it was you.
I get some spells prep. Any change to the curlicue seashell thingy?
It's dead.
Are you okay with looking at it today?
What? Oh,
It was me.
I called dibs on the list.
that's
Those
fine.
were mine. I marked them all.
I'll just remind you the thing that
You
left,
can
And
you will-
the thing that left also had time to come back.
Oh,
So
yes.
just
Oh, yeah.
be mindful.
Need to figure out how well we power them. I'm wondering if those portholes open. We must remember, the front of the ship is the bow, the rear is the stern. Forget that off, maybe we have to move around to the other side.
Were we not on a mission that we cared about? And we only came here because people thought we should help, and instead we showed up and slaughtered everyone? Why are we still here?
Oh, I guess you may be right. What was our mission?
That's an interesting point
The best.
that I have no input on at the moment.
You just need.
What were you guys doing? And now that everybody's dead, what are you guys doing now?
That would be good. You could bridge a little bit. All right.
So you,
I did-
as you all kind of come to consciousness.
There's a.
I need anyone with a passive perception over 15?
Over 15 and over.
15 or not?
That's me.
Okay, those of you with a passive perception, notice the stretched out tentacles in front of the ship
Yeah.
spasm
Yeah.
and kind of begin to move forward. And look like they're kind of maybe getting ready, taking up position.
I think somebody's been.
Oh,
This stuff.
it finished its long rest as well.
Yes.
Man. My
Yeah.
ship long rests, has its own turn order.
I think anyone who can disappear from this ship, we should believe can come back to the ship and maybe bring others with them.
I think that
We
You know,
probably should no longer be here.
If you want to.
You as you're kind of watching, you remember the glow that you sort of,
I mean,
that kind of surrounded the ship?
Yeah.
That glow is beginning
It could go
to,
all the way over there.
you're seeing, it's not, it's not,
oh,
you know, on nights that are clearer, not
What kind of
clear,
board
but
do you use?
clearer,
Yeah.
you know that there are aurora that would be in
What's
the
on your
night
phone?
sky.
Boy,
Okay, so you just need to use
This is
PC.
very similar to that kind of sickly purpley color. And it begins to sort of, almost like a fog begins to kind of coalesce around the mother.
I bring up more snow, so there's kind of a wall between us, so we are somewhat obscured.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm packing my shit.
I'm packing my shit.
getting ready to go out of here.
Is this the end of the last watch or is this after the last watch?
This is after the last.
Several, it's the morning.
That's
There you hear, you kind of feel it really at first, this long, yeah, this low this vibration power that you can feel in the ground, in your bones.
Uh-oh.
All right, get ready. We're gonna
Begins
jump
to-
on the Nautilus that we somehow are on.
Right, and it begins to slowly
Oh shit.
crescendo.
We pressed the wrong button. We pressed the wrong button.
That scene in the new,
No.
in the new 18 where they're trying to fly the tank.
What do you guys do?
Wrong
I think
lever.
we go. I think we go.
Speak or go into that.
No, I don't think we go in there.
Yeah, let's go.
Are you looking
At
at the
first I was
Nautiloid? Are you
expecting
looking
that,
away?
like,
I was looking.
They like find that and like.
Made myself.
I'm
aware.
making
player
sure
pod or something.
camp is packed.
One of
This
these
is
kind of
the one
things, I'm
freedom.
looking at it. But
Turns
behind
us into
the
mind
Gotcha.
players.
So the hum
New character
gets a
again.
little louder. The purple mist actually like faint tendrils of it about you. And there is a ramping up. And you're. And it's fine.
The Nautilus is gone?
Nautiloid is
Ah,
Where did it go?
You were on last watch.
Just the first walk. We will start.
We've been awake for a couple days.
What's my background? Would I think, what was the background? Do I think extraplanar travel at all? Cause.
Well, you.
Well, we saw the guy disappear.
Yeah.
Once you've seen a guy disappear, why not a ship
Probably
too?
got disappeared using a tiny tuning fork.
Yeah,
And your. Not caregiver. Your,
this one? What was this one?
she. Their friend,
Yeah,
the blue one. He has an assortment of things,
yeah.
like several.
Ah,
well, yeah, because there's like 7 keys on a piano. You need a tuning fork for each one. It just
Yeah.
makes sense.
One for each pitch, get the enharmonics. in
And
between.
so Dolph, while you, at least you don't remember ever accompanying any of their little trips, as they like to call them.
well, I probably took a number of people to the Feywild to visit Reniel's parents.
What you just witnessed is not completely unlike.
Yeah. Oh, poor Varuk. I think somebody stole your ballista.
I looked at the little
Quest to find it.
rod.
Uh-huh.
Movable rod.
New
Uh-huh.
objective.
Painted the kingdom boards.
Side quest.
Could have been a whole collection.
My question.
I mean, you read the description. It's only useful for
Just get a little. chill.
If you do, if you do,
That's the
you
number
know.
it is.
We gotta sell it.
Oh, you actually can
One of these jammers.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, those things are super handy. Especially if you run your finger along one side of it and it grows to a right size. Yeah.
Well, damn, double damn. I guess we gotta go. What was our mission? Did you remember? You did the brains.
I'm so not the brains. I'm not even the brains. I'm,
Balls
what-
before-
what, yeah.
The
beauty-
liability.
That's not, that's you.
Liability or reliability?
Liability.
I'm the one you can't get rid of.
Spindleball, both simultaneously the cause of and the solution to all our problems.
Yeah.
Sandalphon is the antagonist's MacGuffin.
Both me can't get rid of me. People who've tried have failed and ended up dead, and I didn't. Okay,
And-
you're
And curiously, sometimes the people who have tried wind up dead, and it's not like you did anything to cause it. You're just like,
they did it. They
You're-
caused it
right.
themselves.
you're just like,
It's all stupid.
So I think we need a refresher of our current quest. Great.
a refresher of your current quest.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, we're heading for Sunblight.
You're both the apple and the princess kids.
Yeah. That's actually, yeah, yeah.
Oh, apple and the two are good.
So you were currently on your way,
The dwarves.
the dwarven, well, not technically dwarven, technically Durgar. What you can only assume based on every interaction you've had with these creatures, these beings before, is yet this is like the Durgar super funplex.
Oh.
Like it's like Chuck E. Cheese and a go-kart track, like all in it. It's just it's got to be everything. It is the Dwergar peace and love maximum fun chain.
Whoa.
That sounds like a great premise.
And because we are here, you guys are pretty good idea where you are.
There's a big map.
There is a big map. I'm gonna make sure I'm not about to tell you a bunch of lies.
I mean, we always,
Do what?
I mean, we always assume that.
You should.
Well,
We're probably not even in Icewind Dale.
Wait a minute.
This is
not in the right
This is a
location.
beach.
sand.
What is that? Why does he keep referring to something called a spell jam? Oh, not that one. Not that map.
It is a game. What Don got.
Based off of
In the machine, or was it once you left it down?
Yeah, most of those in laptop form that are
Okay,
PCs are marketed for gamers.
Yeah.
Weird down. 12.
Why are you checking that right now?
Because I'm waiting.
He has a
No.
problem.
He does.
What are you checking for?
work
Work
stuff.
stuff.
Oh,
And
come
he's
on.
trying to drag Carlisle into it. He's a
Carlo
guest.
doesn't care.
Proud.
He is a guest in our home.
All right, so
Ah,
let us consult the big map.
the big map.
The big map.
There's
I
no
don't,
place.
I don't get paid enough to care. Fair.
That's fair.
Right, there's a certain threshold you have to cross before you're, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Let's see if I can put this down somewhere. You guys gotta clear some space off. Let's tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So, you guys, like even over there, like clearing that off will work. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. So, your destination is right here in this little hollow, in this little hill. And you guys are roughly right here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And you came from, just east
Right
of East
there.
Haven. Okay. yeah.
Pick one that we can see.
Okay.
Here,
I can say it just fine.
okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering about it.
Well, here, let me,
Where was our destination?
That one, the little hole right there.
the little hollow right here. The stars are our destination. So right there.
Stuff we done with the eye now.
No.
is,
That
um,
is.
So
It is.
you do know
Well,
that,
she's like, "Italy this year." No, well, Globe was
So-
like-
so now that you're standing in a valley that has reduced its non-alloyed count by
Yeah,
one,
it might be a little- But it's no longer.
you know,
It's a challenge.
you have a couple of approaches, right?
For a week or something, it's all like. I think 2 days. Pay the same amount, doesn't include like hotel or anything.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be getting.
Yeah.
So-
All right.
So being where you guys are and where you need to be,
Mhm.
there are a couple of approaches. You could go overland and go more overland. Once you reach these woods here, you can go really overland. And by overland, I mean over a giant fuck off mountain right here.
Let's go over the mountain.
Or, now that is the more direct path, but it's definitely not
As the close.
the easy path, right? You can go here, kind of make your way through these little valleys through here and go up through here and make a frontal assault.
There's a little cut through there.
There it does look like there's a little cut through there. I mean, you'll need to actually explore it,
Yeah.
but that is where your most immediate goal is.
Thanks for turning me sideways, by the way.
I did
Not
not.
inducing nausea or anything.
I'm trying to fix that.
Huh?
Nothing. I just.
Well, there, I mean.
There you
there's-
go.
Okay.
There's 2 or 3. I mean, you could probably make an infinite number of them if you wanted to. Sure. But in terms of
Your choices are, your most direct route is to kind of go through these little foothills here, then over these moundy hills here. Go through this dark, well, I don't know if it's a dark forest, it's a forest. And then, scale this mountain here. Go through the higher elevations here, and then, it's right here. So you could go, your shortest route would be to go from here.
Yeah.
Go through the woods, climb the mountain, and then right it would be there, right? You can go this way. There is a little valley pathway between here. Or you can go around here, or you can cross the hill here, cross the hill here, cross the hill here. You could go further down, maybe go over here and then come up. There are a lot of approaches. It kind of depends on how much effort you want to put into getting.
I mean, there's no reason to climb a mountain if we can get there through valleys.
Do what?
There's no reason to climb a mountain if we don't need to.
Ruth?
I mean, no.
I was gonna say, these mountains. You're amused by the reluctance other people, have to go into, because this is where you grew up. We're going to my hood. This is your place. This is maybe even your time to shine.
I walk this way to school every
Wait,
morning, uphill both ways.
You're very shiny.
Like bright radiance. Or, maybe, I would say shine head and shoulders, but kind of that already. So the day has dawned. The number of nautiloids in your vicinity has reduced to 0. And Lamplighters, the day is yours.
We anticipate a hostile reception.
I don't know.
Where at Sunlight?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, that all kind of depends on which day.
When you get a chance, the roll 20 checks like 2d20 for the day.
Okay, you could also just take a couple of.
This way you get this. We have
Right, no, well, I know, but you can both. Right?
yeah.
Well, the mountains aren't going to get closer by themselves. Let's go.
Damn. Roll a 20 and a 17 over here, but I can't use it. These are the ones that roll.
Over the
I think the
woods
ones
that
you roll
over.
they can be good. They can be super good.
Gotcha. Wow, there's so many mountains.
All right. I pack up all the. Okay, okay. So while you two are. Or not you two, but while the main group of Lamplighters is kind of preparing,
Focused right on
making
you.
their
Riley.
plans for the day, right? The camera kind of fades to a quick black and then it opens again on a scene not too far from where you are. You see a familiar pair of figures. A bright, just impossibly red dragon boy.
It's grandma.
Hey, grandma.
Who is jolly, it seems, almost as though he had had a second lease on life. So he were in stasis, solid and unmoving. Then the ability to move and be restored to.
Until the third time.
Hey,
And
I don't know about you guys, but Cross is the only one here who's experienced time travel.
A horrible time.
And
Stone.
process after giving up your career as a rock star, you
Really took it for granted.
you made your way. You traveled. Stop saying that, I swear. You
we will make you because you
Right.
keep doing it every
you
time.
you traveled to the nearest, civilization, which was East Haven,
Yeah.
and when upon entering the White Lady one more time, there at the bar, your old friend, and I don't mean a friend you've had for a long time, I mean your old ass friend.
Yeah, this guy here.
Yeah, Iggy at the bar doing kind of the last thing you saw her doing, which was having a drink and being kind of, well, old,
Just being the one old person in the bar.
right? I would say you're a barfly. That's
You kids. And you new thing with White Claws.
So in the interest of,
White claws are racist.
yeah, right, in the interest of not dragging this out any further than we already have,
Drag.
you
Uh,
you two got to, you sat down, you recounted your stories and decided, hey, I think you're still trying to save the world. You know where you're going? Yeah, I think they said something about going to Summit. Where's that? Croesus, you do have a general idea?
Yeah, I was there for part of that.
You know where it's at-ish, and Iggy is a good egg. So you have
It's a little scrambled.
left the confines, the warm, welcoming embrace of the White Lady, and have left.
Well, and what's convenient is Iggy's the guide. And so I can say it's generally over here. It's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
get us there just fine.
this is not even really a tough move. It's like Iggy,
Oh, yeah.
you could do this in your sleep.
I showed
You
some
might-
people here last week.
Right. And so you do have been traveling for a couple of days. And you get the feeling that you're kind
You were
of
totally the Maester Pycelle from Game of Thrones. Right? Totally faking it
Oh, yeah.
the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you're not 100% sure, but you having crossed the red waters, you think maybe you're right about here. Just it's kind of just well, let me put it another way. If you are at the red waters, which is really more the red ices right now, and if you wanted to cross it, it's a simple matter of walking. So, but that's kind of where you are, unbeknownst to you, not very far from the very companions which you see. Follow the light.
Iggy tries to communicate all of this deep wisdom to Croesus, but it's very hard because right now, for ease of travel and transport of supplies and material, she is a giant goat.
Oh, nice.
She's kind of turned, I don't know if Croesus would be comfortable riding goat back, but she's kind of turned her.
That's like the ultimate when you go to get into the Uber and it says, I want the driver to be quiet.
So point of order, does comprehend languages work on goat? Wait, if the goat is a druid?
Probably speak with animals still.
Yeah, because I don't think
Is goat a language?
I don't know that goat is a recognized language. I think you would really need to speak with animals.
Right. I mean, I know that that's like why speak with animals exists.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You could understand what those praised bleedings mean. And-
Yes.
And Iggy, if you would please enlighten me.
Yes. For 10 minutes at a time, I can understand you.
You're getting there. Please don't interrupt.
Very short 10-minute windows, like where you can understand her, but she never stops talking.
So just like mid-sentence, all of a sudden the spell stops and like,
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yeah.
Bleep twice for I need to understand you. Bleep once for bleat.
You comprehend language and just.
So, Joe, you said we're like over here-ish, over the red waters?
You're actually, you're at the red one.
At the red waters.
Right.
And so
Okay,
you are.
In honor of Dale, we have Icelandic candy that my cousin brought back from Iceland.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
oh god.
licorice and marzipan.
I lost my damn mind.
I'm getting some signals here.
Okay, so this is where we need to go.
Tell him about. Or have you heard stories other places?
Have I
Yeah.
just bumped my head? Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong part of that. Awesome.
The
So-
licorice candy in Iceland.
You are
They love it. Like, we're like, what do you mean you don't like
right about here at the tip of those guys at the red roads. Okay.
Which is not very good.
No, I had the full experience watching Owen, trust me.
It's not very good. So-
Friendly music to tell.
You do find yourself at on the banks of the now frozen red waters.
The chocolate. And the caramel Icelandic. Candy, that's very good.
Is it actually?
How did they find
Or is
out?
this another trick?
You were nice, Laura.
It's the filling skewer.
No, all this time, she's even in my phone is the good Laura.
Yeah. Goat,
Don't you need
uh,
lady jokes?
Goat Iggy will turn up to you and bleed out. Well, we're just about. I shouldn't. And an indeterminate number of days.
Andy.
I gotta remember how to find Croesus's voice. I haven't done it once.
Do you think Elmo?
Think Elmo?
Aren't you bright red? That's
It could be Elmo. Guys,
Oh, no. Nope.
that wasn't it.
Seems being turned to stone is dangerous.
Oh, that was
Your
funny.
vocal cords are fully.
Oh, yes, well,
Gonna be home with you.
as those sound waves ripple out from your vocal cords, you actually think you saw the clouds part in the hand of not one, but like several gods go.
I just got my granddaughter a tickle me Croesus.
I'm actually impressed. I was able to pull Elmo out of my memory and into existence.
It's not worth it. I
was
love
like, do I-
how our camera is squarely on Owen right now.
See me struggling with all the caramel. in my mouth right now.
It's
Well,
right
I wanted Jay to be able to see
It
the
gets
experience of the
licorice out of
candy.
your
This awesome licorice.
mouth. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
You have some-
We saved a whole bowl for you, Jay.
Now, you know, my.
If you really save me a bowl of licorice, I will marry you.
Okay.
He wants us to save him the licorice?
Yes.
Done.
Oh, yes.
Did you have just the black licorice? Or
Yeah.
you had the licorice with the yellow or red? Okay.
Are y'all those evil people who don't like licorice?
I like licorice fine.
I do
I
not
like
care
good
for it.
licorice.
It is
Oh, is
bad.
this bad licorice?
It is Icelandic licorice.
Like
They
Twizzlers.
Yeah, there you go.
unsweetened black licorice.
I like licorice when I can pull all the strands apart and play with them like with a rope.
Mhm.
That's fine. It doesn't need to be sweetened. It's perfect the way it is.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Hold on. Does this work? Okay.
You sound more like Grover than. Right.
Wait. Huh?
Grover.
Oh, Grover. They say Grover. Grover. No.
Another communication question, Joe.
Certainly.
Message. If I'm casting message at a goat that is sentient, like this goat right now, does the goat reply? Do I hear goat or do I hear sentient language? You point your finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. The target, only the target, hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only I hear. But
A
in my
whispered bleat.
It
That's
is
good.
Okay.
in other words, they have to whisper it. It has to be audible.
okay,
I was gonna think
And
of
as a goat, The only
thing you can whisper is a bleep.
facilities
Sure.
available are those of the sound of whispering.
I guess it's transmutation, not like psychic. That would make
I
sense.
think that the verbal component of the spell is the message that you whisper.
Sure,
Yeah.
And
sure.
so I'd have to be down there.
You can bleed to this message.
The real trick
Oh,
is
yeah.
you're not sure how many
Just a little
bleep
bit.
syllables make up, you know.
Uh,
Oh my God, no. Stop.
So little known fact about goat, but
Very
it's like
good.
German. So you can have really long bleats that mean like entire sentences.
Yes.
Ah.
But it's just a singular undulating bleat.
This is the wet and slippery streets.
That's all.
Did we figure out a way we're gonna go?
However, we're gonna go to the woods
Okay, cool.
for now and then stop.
We're gonna go over the river.
Through the woods.
Through the woods.
But
And what, I'm just,
wait, so
just,
Iggy's house?
to grandmother's house.
Yeah.
I'm just asking for my own note taking more than anything else.
Yeah.
And when we get there, what are we going to do?
Mess up all of the doors.
I mean,
New hideout.
ask this, what are we supposed to do?
Well, you all not, well, it was a while back. But you all
Oh, would you
met
like to-
with
Thank
a
you.
tiefling wizard named Avarice.
Thank you.
And you all agreed to go on a murder spree. With the, you think, you're not sure because you haven't actually witnessed it yourself. But you have actually heard this name in connection with him, and that is Asmodeus, or as I like to say, Asmodeus.
To be perfectly clear, we did not all meet with Avarice. That was before my time,
Yes.
but I'm happy to come along for the ride. As long as we get to kill frost druids eventually.
That's right.
You know, I'm pretty sure there will be some
Let's go.
frost druids to commit the murders upon.
She'd have us all over the map.
No.
So, Team Goat.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time.
All right,
Things
hold on, hold on.
things I never really thought of.
We are the team goat. We are the greatest of all time. You're correct.
Only for 2 hours at a time.
So, regardless, have you guys said?
Oh, rambling, we just lost an hour.
Waters.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Would I know at all, like, are the red waters a notoriously difficult waters to like ford? Is it all frozen over right now? Can we just walk
I
across?
mean,
Yeah.
they would be if they were liquid.
Mm,
I mean, there's a, now, it's not like any of the locks that are mostly still water. And like, there's 2 feet of, ice on top,
Mhm.
but you've been here long enough. You know what a safe path across a frozen river is, and you're confident. You don't even really have to.
You step on it, it makes that.
Yeah.
So just
All-
to clarify,
But it's,
we're supposed to find the
feels fine.
fortress, find out the plan and help stop the plan. Or Asmodeus conquering the 10 towns. Is what I'm finding.
his sides were
That's a
low.
good plan. Like that's quest worthy.
The thing in Adult Wednesday Addams where she goes across the guy who's gonna bomb the abortion clinic. It's like, Satan's making him do it. She goes, Satan, the guy, who just names off all this stuff. You mean he's telling this he's making? Satan's really lost.
But,
Team Goat, yes. What about Team Goat?
Are you
Well,
crossing the red waters and where are you going?
I mean, unless Croesus does anything to show he objects, Iggy's just kind of on autopilot, crosses over the river, starts making her way towards her tried and true path towards Sunblight.
Right? Okay.
Got
Yeah,
trail
yeah.
markers set up
Right,
everywhere.
right, yeah.
We're going to just,
Yeah, there's like no
I guess,
sensibility to
knowing
that
my
at all. The
directions
first
would
one
be
is
a
like,
nature
mile
check,
marker
right?
one.
Right.
It
Second one
would
is like,
be.
mile marker 47.
Well, no survival.
Survival, all right. Survival is gonna be the same thing.
Okay.
I believe for me. I'm just trying to see if I even like think about objecting. No, I do not think about objecting.
It's a double agent the whole time.
So it is, you cross the frozen red waters, kind of the only landmark you recognize, and you travel further south towards the area where you think the thing might be.
Yes, where the thing might be.
Yes.
So comprehend languages lasts for an hour.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
we can actually communicate.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, whenever you read, it's not a real calm, normal thing like that. It's the
It's like all of it is like screaming.
Man, that's why no one is even bothering us. You just see a red jacket and a not so goat. And like, nope, just that's not what I want to deal with today.
It's one of the goats from the new Thor movie.
So you don't. The terrain has begun to kind of become a little more hilly as you're getting closer and closer to the spine of the world. And you walking up.
I'm sorry, I found the audio.
That never gets old. Yeah.
And then I'm just having a normal conversation with that.
It's like the most cursed Han and Chewie.
Like, I'm just catching you up to what I know. It's like, then I looked at the basilisk and then I was suddenly rock.
There it is. Yeah, you found it. But you, as you're, getting closer to the woods, which, under normal conditions, you might be able to see them from here, but it's cold and dark. You kind of come upon a like a gorge or just a crack, a big one, right? Like not
Like 50 feet wide,
like
100 feet wide.
canyon
Canyon crack.
yeah.
Okay.
But canyons generally have things on the other side. This is just basically a water.
Is it longer or is the crack wider than 120 feet? Like, I'm trying to see if I can see the other side of the crack.
You think it's probably maybe 50, 60 feet wide.
Okay,
It's pretty sizable.
cool.
But what catches your attention really more than, the gorge, you recognize the gorge.
Of course.
Yeah, it's like, and then a little subtitle at the bottom says, I have seen this gorge. But what is odd, and you don't, it has you haven't been here in a while.
Right.
So you know, it's not like a mysterious thing that just apparated, right?
Mhm.
But there is on this kind of a snowy ridge above the gorge, there's this black cabin on stilts.
What is that?
Ooh.
And it is a like a black lodge.
I
Yeah,
don't need a witch serum.
Where are my mutagens?
right, and one's, you know, one wall of it is actually like the stilts, like there is probably a possible way where you could be standing in that room and there'd be stilts under you, and if the floor, I don't know, fell out from under you, you would fall down.
Interesting. Is this like, this wasn't here the last time, right? And I wouldn't have any reason to be like, are there any like cryptids around here? Like, would I look at that and be like, man, that's weird. That matches the exact description of, you know, the old witch in the woods who eats babies' house that they tell wives' tales about.
No, that one's made of candy.
That's right, that's right.
Maybe a history or a survival check, the PC's allowed.
I would love to do that. Where are those?
And tell me which one you use.
I'm going to do survival because my history is a -1 and my survival is a +7.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Right on.
I want to see that die. That die looks really cool.
So
One for my new set.
Ooh.
So looking at this,
I like
at this black building.
I'm going to
you
put it
know,
in front of the
there's
camera.
Nothing. I mean,
Nice.
for
Little focus.
interestingly, the building kind of has almost like it has bad posture. It's kind of slumped and snagging, you know, the roof is, of course, you know, covered with snow. There's a couple of broken windows, and you know, there's actually a loose shutter that, now that you're paying attention to it, you can hear it kind of softly banging against the wall in the wind. And it really suggests that this place looks abandoned.
What? The little subtitles pop up.
You do
Bad feeling about this house on the hill.
You do notice kind of between you and the house, in almost completely buried in a snowdrift, is maybe the roof of maybe like a 5 foot by 5 foot square building. Give me a perception check.
I can do those. Oh wait, I'm gonna roll die.
The duality of
Nice.
man.
Aha,
Total
well,
8 on that one.
Okay,
20 is my total.
20 is your total. Iggy, you point out the rooftop kind of sticking up. It's like a square wooden building, and the roof just kind of goes up higher in the front and then slopes back. And Croesus, looking at it, you could tell that the under the highest part of the roof is a door, and then about 6 inches, maybe a foot down from the top of the door, there's a carving in the door, And it is looks like one of the phases of the moon. And it is, you are pretty certain that it's carved all the way through the wall.
Is, so like, carved all the way through, as in like, if I was up in front of it, I could see through the door?
Correct.
Okay. What phase of the moon? Is it important, specific? Can I tell?
It's
Just crescent?
yeah, it's a crescent.
Okay,
It's the apex of the new.
sure. Well, I mean, I want to know if it's like a, like a,
Because you're no stranger to human civilization,
yeah.
Such as it is.
and truthfully, you find this to be one of their more barbaric customs, but that is indeed the
Feel likely,
globally known symbol for the shit house.
Okay, I'm sorry we don't burn away our food. We don't like how things.
Ah. I wouldn't go over there and smell it. It's probably the outhouse, how you say,
That's how you get out of the house.
the shitter. It looks like no one has shit for a while, though. It's all covered in snow.
That's some cold shit. So, having made this discovery, going to take a little pause
Oh, pause.
and cut over to the main body of the Lamplighters.
What?
And you guys have decided to
We're heading to Sunblade.
We said into the forest around the.
So if you're heading towards the forest, that means you go
away.
over the mountain.
Probably going.
I mean, I think immediately we don't have to make that choice. We're heading to the same general vicinity.
Well, there's the
Once we get close enough.
this mountain maybe.
Yeah, let me
it's
change the
just
camera.
the way through or not.
I guess we could do.
Maybe
So
there's
there's this mountain,
Maybe there's an elven door on the side of
which
it.
is a,
Conveniently
we're kind of
on the
like
side
right
of
there.
the street.
Where did we go?
Right.
There was a die there. Where'd it go?
Oh, this was here. I was just.
No, I know where we are, but we're basically heading for a mountain and then either going around it or over it.
Yes.
So why don't we just
Complete crazy.
start heading for the mountain?
We're heading for the mountain and decide whether we're going to go over it or around it.
Yep.
Right.
All right.
I don't,
Let me get a nature, survival, probably survival. Who's leading this merry parade?
it has been me, or at least me assisting. What's everybody's survival?
I have a +7.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's been me helping you. Because I have a +6.
All right.
All right.
Natural 20,
Oh.
27 total.
This is like the
Pretty good.
sort of critical role where they like all roll like multiple 20s until
Yeah.
it was combat time.
I mean, this is like, I'm like, oh, great, survival with a +7. With
Well,
lots of people helping me.
Well, that's
whether
good.
whether it be the relief of not having that voices in your head, or at least not those particular voices in your head any longer. You do manage to figure out a good path through the snow. You guys have your snowshoes on, your cold winter gear, and you trek across the snow until about midday. You cross what you are pretty sure is the Redwaters, big frozen stream that it is, and you do kind of, as you're progressing around a small hill, you see well, not that distant, because you can only see 60 feet, but we'll say about 59 feet away, you see three objects. You see a goat making a truly apocalyptic noise.
Yeah.
We hear that.
Well, you heard that before you saw it.
Right.
I'm offended that you refer to the goat as an object. I think that's.
Yeah.
Well, it is a truly.
It's like objects in mirror may appear.
Yes.
Maybe
yes,
closer than they
it
appear.
Sounds under blasting wind may be much louder than you think, or maybe even should be.
It is a goat of unusual size.
It is a goat of unusual size
And
and
large.
volumes. And Siri, you. Sorry. I was thinking Sirenscape sound. I wanted to, yeah, I was like, man, I wish I'd loaded that on this. Sorry. System, you
I don't know if he's.
you have a certain level of empathy,
Mhm.
Now he's looking.
and oddly enough, though the sound the goat makes would lead the uninitiated to believe that that goat was being tortured to death with red hot implements. You don't.
Would we please stop leaving PCs alone with Robert?
Am I the red hot implement?
What you do notice is that the legs of the goat have been constrained with what looks like duct tape. Right. No, no. So, and then standing next to this loud goat, looking at what you're looking at something in the distance. You can't really make out the details from here because you're a little further away from it, but it appears to be a black cabin that was built upon a ridge, and part of that ridge has long ago fallen into the gorge, leaving the house. At least a small portion of it standing over the abyss.
Well, that's a curious sight.
That sounds like that man is raping that goat.
What is
I
he
assume
wearing?
that's the goat's house and we should just let the goat have its house, continue on our way.
This is my
No, I
property.
think I recognize at least one of those.
Yeah,
I'm good at candle handling. And
Let's,
monitoring. Maybe I
let's
can-
have
maybe I
a-
can calm them down.
let's have a quick round of perceptions
All right.
for any of you that can see, 60 feet.
Oh,
What's that?
I'm too busy laughing.
Oh, that is
Goat.
my second 10 perception check for the night.
Oh,
Well,
so-
I saw them
God.
coming. So,
It would be really hard for you not to.
yeah.
So
Use the
you
goats.
guys some of you are like, that kind of looks like Croesus, but why does he have a goat? And why is that goat making that? What's he doing to that goat?
Mhm. Exactly.
And Croesus, about this time, you can actually feel the weight of judging stare upon your back that sends a little flush of quiver through your scales,
Yeah.
and you kind of you don't want to really. It takes a moment. Now I gotta look, and so you turn back around expecting the goat to bleat. It's behind you. But instead, you see what appears to be the rest of your friends. Standing about 59 feet away. And most of them look like they have questions.
Yeah, me on the horizon, I'm going,
This beautiful, majestic creature.
Hey, friends.
You
Ah.
got
I
your
don't know what
voice.
the perception on a goat is, but
It's +1.
well, you don't notice what he turns around for, but you do. Even in your goat form, you can sense the feeling of someone being jealous.
goats very much can't see to the side of them, they can see very good to the forward. and back.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
As
Yeah.
turn around.
turns around, you notice that Croesus is turning around and I'm like, yeah.
I have a goat. I'm with the goat.
Congratulations.
No judgment.
I hope the two of you are happy together.
I run up and give Croesus a big hug.
As you're running up to him, he starts to say, "We've been looking for you," but he doesn't finish the sentence before you actually get to him and start hugging. Kind of like gets like jerked a little.
I wanna
Makes
try and
sense.
animal handle the goat.
I'm like, you feel me just kind of like,
Make sure I'm
make
not
sure
stoned.
you're not like no part of you is stone or.
I got a
'Cause
14.
you just,
Never mind.
I became unstoned, then I went off to brood because I was unhappy that
Would
you
that
had
be
traded the
wisdom?
cauldron for me because I didn't feel like I
Got
was
an
worth the
8.
cauldron.
So
And then
I
I
grabbed
kept
the
brooding, then I stopped
sword
brooding, and now I'm here.
I go, "Rah!" I was like,
Bleats. So
Nice goat.
heavily, so much
you're
like
okay. You're all right.
I am okay.
hey, this is a chill goat we found.
I know, right?
I look at the goat a little bit more closely now that I'm
unimportant.
closer.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one else came to check out the goat.
Normally I would have picked a mule or something, but goat's pretty good. I like it.
I mean, you didn't have a lot of options in Icewind Dale. You take what you can get, and I got a goat.
I'm looking at
How
the
much
goat
did you pay
even
for the
more closely.
It's too bad we don't still have the cauldron because goats make really good stew.
The goat starts sweating.
Goats sweat butyric acid. It's like
I just sit down cross-legged in the snow and start sharpening an axe.
The wisdom save.
Yes.
I forget, since it's wild shape and not polymorph, I keep my wisdom, right?
Right.
Correct.
That's so much better. Awesome. Well, it would have been. 16?
16 is not bad.
16 is not bad. That's what Matt Mercer always says when it's 50. It's not bad.
I just got put off because on the dice it's a 9.
Yeah.
Right.
I know you get used to the
As all
final
of this
roll.
activity, as all of this activity is going along and you're bleeding, you know,
Bleeding.
madly.
Legally.
Yeah, you're, I mean, to you, it doesn't sound excited, but to everybody else, it really does. You suddenly remember that this is not your natural form, and that you could, in fact, be a creature that communicates with the demon.
The goat
Instead
lets
of
out
just
a-
Croesus.
The goat lets out a bleat that sounds suspiciously like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then,
Croesus just turns and goes, "What?" So that everyone knows I'm communicating with the goat.
and then just
That's not maybe your case,
really,
you've had a process.
really uncomfortably and like awkwardly, just the wild shape starts to wear off. It's like one body part at a time. So like the leg, like, and then the head like shrinks
Like
down.
the polymorph.
She's still like 80% go.
You startle the fuck out of her. Oh,
Why? You have never seen goat turn into Iggy before?
He's left with a little Billy Goat beard.
That one before.
I stopped sharpening the axe.
Oh, Connie, these are our friends. You met Croesus, or maybe at
Briefly.
least saw him in his statuary form, and then this is our good friend Iggy.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Iggy, and I got that shopping at your service.
Yeah, I've met both of them.
Okay.
I was with Iggy, I think.
Iggy still introduces herself. Just forgot.
Okay,
Iggy is senile.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yes.
And you might think my introduction was for you, but it was really for Iggy. We knew that it was going to be a little iffy.
It's a moment of silence, and everyone just hears as she licks her eyeball to keep it moist.
But I do stop sharpening the axe once I see that it's a person.
Yeah.
Because I'm not Broad Yaga, who would just keep sharpening the axe.
Caprito! I mean, no.
We were looking for you guys. Did not expect to actually find you so easily.
we're heading up there.
That's where we're heading to. Iggy must be the best guide because she found us, or found you for us. Easy.
Well, of course. I miss my knee.
That was the most in character thing you've said in a while. Okay, well,
Yeah.
there is a totally not ominous or foreboding.
So I don't like this house. Let's go around it.
Seems like a good idea.
Did you see the outhouse? It's over there.
The house is outside. Most houses are outside.
Quick, let's make away from here.
Make her
Make
Go away from it.
Oh,
Is it the house is on the on the other side of the gorge or
Yeah.
on our side? Okay.
Yeah, you're about. It's about probably, I mean. You know that you're probably about 60, somewhere between 60 and 120 feet to the house.
Okay.
And the outhouse is about maybe 15 feet from, well, the bottom of the house. It's pillars. It's
Sure.
piers driven into the ground.
Sure.
The house itself, now that you're paying attention to it a little bit, you can see that there is a little less snow underneath the house. Because it's providing some shelter. And, doing some quick little calculus with, height of a outhouse, snow drift. You think that those from the ground to the floor, the bottom of the house, probably about 20 feet. There is a kind of a winding staircase that starts on the eastmost end that finds up by one of the rooms, kind of turns inward, and then across again to where there is. You can see a couple of doors. One kind of in, well, makes kind of like the Tetris piece, the 3x1.
Yep.
So if this is the one, this is the 3, and then the 4 is under the 3, the door would be at the corner of the 3 and the 4, and then on the 1. So,
Okay,
and you want to take a look at it, it really does look kind of shabby. Kind of run down.
It's 20 feet off the ground on stilts.
Right.
Stilts up there. Just to keep it up off the ground, is it look like it's supposed to be like a house moving castle kind of thing?
You know, you look at it, it looks like this house was built on the stilts, maybe part of the ridge the house is built on. One side of it is collapsed into the ridge.
Okay.
Now, you're not sure if that was just ridge, you know, that the rest of the house was there, or if it was a wall, or how high up the ridge went, but whatever part of it was under there, it's fallen.
To what extent do the stilts look like chicken legs?
Give me a nature check.
Oh yeah, I'm great at those. Ten, because that's my roll for the night. 10.
Awesome.
They bear not really any resemblance to chicken legs at all.
That's good.
In fact, they look like wooden poles, more or less.
I feel better already.
Absolutely.
They could
Man.
move, like it could crawl around.
If it would move, it. would
have
move
you
back
seen a
from the
crawling
edge.
house in which to compare this to?
This really just you did move face.
Just checking to see if the stilts have like joints.
Yeah.
Thinking about how far do you think
I
we
mean,
are from sunlight?
Oh, that's a good
You guys
question.
did just see a ship that was alive, so,
About how far do I think we are?
That is a fantastic question.
and how long have we been traveling? Because that may make me want to stay in the house.
It's an
Well,
outhouse.
it is a little past midday right now,
Oh, okay, no, there's still time.
and you are
Find a less creepy house.
Nice. Oh, it's so-
I don't know why I'm thinking.
Miss who?
Yeah, Miss Hampton. And
Oh, she was sweet.
you had little seconded.
Miss Simmons.
so.
She was an Asinville. You and Miss Davis.
If you give me a survival check real quick.
I would be happy to. Oh my goodness. Another 27 off the nat 20.
Wow.
You are super confident that you,
There's two.
not accounting for the verticality of the mountains you would have to climb and kind of travel over. You're pretty sure you're 6, maybe 7 miles from sunlight.
I'd say we're just about 6 or 7 miles as the Arctic puffin flies. But unfortunately, we don't do that. We have to walk. So it may take slightly longer.
And you are relatively certain with that roll that if you continue along that trajectory, you will enter a wooded area that is frozen, dark, and wooded, and not at all scary or haunted.
There's definitely dark frozen trees up here, and I've never heard the screams of children from them.
Absolutely.
How good is your hearing, old woman?
And then I
That seems like an odd detail.
take that in, and my wondering is if this could be a,
Very
somebody could be using
specific.
this as a watchtower for the kind of entry into the woods that would get us to sunlight. This would be the way to go in that would be less, would have more cover. This would be a good place for an outpost.
Well, I mean, considering cover, there is an entire fucking mountain between you
You're
and
in
sunlight.
sunlight,
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
They'd have to have ascending.
They would have to have, they would have to be real, and I mean, real. Yeah, now, there may be outlook posts, you know, outlook posts, outposts, lookouts.
Watchtowers.
Well, I'm just,
What's
It's kind of knew what you meant when you said it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
no,
Just
it's also
imagine
just
like
like,
one like little gray dwarf in a small box on the side of a hill, just looking grumpy.
Yeah,
Like a Durgar.
it's also just like naturally
Yeah,
dimly
that's what
lit,
I'm
so that
saying.
also is cover.
Right, right, so,
Yeah.
I mean. Are you thinking that the house was built or being occupied by your family?
I'm not discounting the possibility that it's occupied yet by radar.
So.
I
you-
don't,
you-
yeah. I don't think it
You know,
was
with
built by.
with that thought in mind, look at the house. And. This house was definitely built with, you know, human medium-sized creatures. Proportions in mind.
Oh, yeah. What are they thinking?
And Durgar tend to build things out of stone.
Yeah.
And in stone.
I didn't think they built it, but I didn't know if they would use an existing structure.
Probably, they, you know they do, because they.
Like they did that other one. All right.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, we still have days and daylight. Should we eat feet or are we all too tired?
I do not want to stay in the creepy old house.
I concur.
I say we keep going. Unless we want to sit and tell stories and catch up.
Like haunted stories?
are we don't need to tell stories. We all know what we're doing.
You said there was like a spiral staircase. There's an obvious way to get up to the house.
Not a spiral staircase, but like a staircase going.
A helical?
You know,
There's a non-Euclidean staircase going up.
it is. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, no los dos.
Part of me wants to check out the spooky witch house, but another
mean-
part of me doesn't want to be fed to a stew. So like.
I mean, I feel as long as you wild shape into a goat before you're put in the stew, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, maybe not for you, but it will be fine for us.
Like, if we visit the haunted house, we're just gonna add another paranormal entity that wants to track me down and use me for something. So
Oh,
this is-
Yeah, like, is there anywhere we could go that doesn't happen?
You know what? Fair. That is fair.
Are you really like with Eldritch Wars haunting your dreams? Because I have a tonic for that.
Maybe we
No,
should,
but-
maybe we should make sure it is empty so that no one knows that we have
You gotta
traveled
look
this
at,
direction.
Look at Facebook chat, get a better picture of. What.
I mean, we could burn it down. That's one way to make sure it's empty.
This is fine.
It's just, oh, yeah.
Or
Oh,
you could both just do Facebook.
whatever.
This was spooky.
Pretty. I like it. Yeah, I think we're like basically the equivalent of Galveston, where everything's on the stilts.
Yeah.
Nope.
Because of the water.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the tops of mountains are notorious for being big floodplains.
There is a lot of water
They
here,
used
it's frozen.
Yes. Do we need any supplies?
You know, supplies.
I don't think so. I've got all my berries,
Oh, that's right.
my limbless berries,
What?
my limbless berries.
I'm actually talking about Karen.
No, no, that's in this bag. I use it for fertilizer.
So, Joe, is there a possibility this thing looks like it's kind of something set up to watch and look out over that precipice on the other side, comes like a fire tower or something, but not just for a watch post, but for something to be able to live and observe?
Give me an intelligence check or investigation.
That will be a 24.
You are intelligent, sir.
So a watchtower?
Well, you know, like they have fire towers in forest up high, so you can see.
Sure.
So this looks one bigger than just like a place to
Number
sit.
one, it looks bigger than that.
Yeah.
Number two, every watchtower you have ever seen have one quality shared amongst all of them.
Window.
They did not have long walls with small windows. They were almost all windows.
Yeah.
This is a watchtower for someone who's not that interested in watching.
Right, it's more of a glance thing.
Well, looking at from one side, it might be all open on the other side. I can't see the other side.
Well, there was some of it that had collapsed into the gorge, right?
Oh, maybe. No smoke or anything coming out of those chimneys?
Yeah. There is not.
Gosh, they haven't elected the new pope yet.
Oh, boy.
If you'd like, I could turn into a little rodation and scurry up to the house and see if anyone is occupying it. As like a small little Arctic gerbil.
Well, do
It
we,
feels off here. Does anyone else feel that?
You say off, what do you mean?
Not so much evil or spooky as just though things aren't settled.
How close are we to the house?
You are about somewhere between 60 and 70 feet.
I'm gonna get within 50 feet and kick off a magic awareness.
What is that?
Action, open your awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any spell or magic item within 50 feet of you that isn't behind total cover. Oh, and since the spell, you know what school of magic it belongs to.
So total cover would be like a wooden wall,
Yeah, so I have 3 of them in there. So I'm just gonna-
but it's only magic items, not like fiends or dead.
Yeah, it's not like a
Celestials
paladin.
or. anything.
but it has spells
Why
or
does
magic.
it matter?
How long
I
have
don't
you
want to
got
go
this
up there
way?
anymore.
So,
Down here.
You know,
We're trying to stay the night here.
Salamon,
Keep going.
if you don't
Not something here?
you don't sense anything.
Okay.
And, you know, oddly, as a person who's had a little experience with, creepy cults doing creepy things to not so creepy people?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
bit.
A little bit, we did. You do? I mean, the house looks run down and yes, it's black, which makes it blatantly stick out. But there's nothing in it that says like, down with Satan, or up with Satan,
Yeah, it's just a house.
Asmodeus is cool or anything like that. There's nothing on it that is overtly evil. Or even overtly like
Unnormal house like.
evil-ish,
Yeah.
right? Okay, this is Icewind Dale and things suck, right? There's no doubt about it. It's frozen dark hellscape. This, from what you can tell, appears to be an abandoned house on stilts that happens to be black.
Yeah, we're spending way too much time on this, guys. I say we let Iggy turn into a critter and check it out. Or we just head over there and check it out.
You don't even have to do that. You just leave it.
Or we can just leave it.
Oh, but curiosity killed the cat. Mine definitely.
But it's got, what if it has like 50 Vorpal swords in it? There's just like,
Well, apart from happenstance of meeting all you fine folk here next to this creepy house, we have a place to get to. Do we need anything in the house? Or do we just want to make sure it is actually abandoned so that way no one knows where we're going? I mean,
You know
Sis
what?
seems to think it is off, so why bother?
Hold on a second, though. This house is fairly near mountains, correct?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And we may be climbing a mountain, and that house may have climbing equipment in it.
Do we have climbing gear?
I'll turn box and go check it out. Don't even worry about it. We're bickering. Bicker. Too chummy around here.
Just turning into a fox or skin.
I turn into a fox.
You turn into a fox.
So,
All
And
right.
immediately start going whoop, 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 whoop. And then
Do you have 9 tails?
oh yeah. I'll scurry up the snowbanks to go check out this house.
Do you?
I would like to do it sneakily.
Do you want to climb the stairs or go under the house?
oh,
Go under the house first.
Like, you
Give me a stealth check
Roll for stilt breaking.
and a wisdom saving.
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is I got a 23 on my stealth
Okay,
Hey,
for my wisdom save.
no, I think.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
So you're, I mean, you're a fox. I would say you're a foxy lady, but you kind of head through the snow carefully as much as you can. And as you approach the cabin, you do notice that it's, that feeling of it being like abandoned. Nothing takes that away. In fact, everything reinforces. And as you kind of carefully work your way underneath the cabin, looking up, looking around, being careful. There's a section of the cabin that overhangs the gorge. And man, you've seen some shitty wood in your life. Like, it wouldn't take much for someone to fall through.
Okay.
Yeah, like, you're like, okay, I know if I'm ever in that room, don't walk across the floor. Yeah, that's a bad idea.
It's a natural pitfall.
Yeah, that is an accident waiting to happen.
If there's nothing else eye-catching under the house, I'll go ahead and clear the interior, go up the stairs.
Up the stairs. Up the stairs.
But I'll scurry up the handrail, so don't actually touch any of the steps.
Okay.
They all have runes on.
Maybe.
So you start to kind of carefully, you're gonna bring on a handrail. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
give me an acrobatics.
Oh,
I hope Fox's bones.
Oh my,
That's a 20.
Keep that.
23 total.
That's a
Keep that one.
Loaded.
bullshit loaded.
Loaded die.
There's nothing for it to get loaded with.
Yeah,
It can still be,
Uh,
well, it can still be shaved.
so you
Start using it.
you sort of like, you sort of pop up on top of that handrail, balance on your back legs, and you actually knots up the handrail. So the handrail. Maybe it's time.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
So this is the end of the house here. Your group is over here somewhere-ish. There's a shitter right about there. You make it up this, anyway, you proceed up the stairs. Right. It's not like a steep climb, but it's 20 feet up and you make it in 20 feet. So it's like a 90 degree or 45 degrees. Get to the top. Again, nothing you're seeing says new construction.
Right.
As you kind of look around the corner, there's you see this place where there's a couple of planks missing. You notice over here, there's a pretty wide gap. But you notice the door here, something like a window here. Looks like maybe a window here and another door there. You also notice, kind of looking closer now that you're more in proximity, there are a couple of chimneys sticking out. No smoke is coming out of them. It appears, per your investigation, to be an abandoned house.
My favorite kind.
I mean,
And which side of the house was the one that has the bad floor that will definitely fall through?
This side, that's the gorge
This
right there.
part? Okay.
So over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coolio. I'll just I don't imagine I can get a door open in my current state because I have no opposable thumbs. So if there's a broken window that I can leap up onto, I'll try to poke my head in and see what's inside. But if not, I'll go and report back to the crew.
Now, when you wild shape, do you lose your arthritis? Are you like a spry fox now? Because like I keep thinking, oh yeah, fox is nimble, but I'm like, no, what all foxes like limp around and like hot and sleep all day, you know?
Well, that's why Iggy spends so much time wild shaped, is that whenever she does, she turns into a prime specimen of that species and then has to revert back to her old brittle bones and hates it every time.
I see. We became a druid to escape aging.
So you return and you can report on what you see.
I unwild shape, say, well, it's definitely abandoned. There's part of the floor that is going to give as soon as anyone puts any weight on it. Otherwise, there didn't seem to be anything really that interesting. So unless anyone feels the need to stop, I suggest we press on.
Yes, I do not feel like falling down a gorge today.
I agree with that very much.
Alrighty.
Alright,
Well then,
Hi ho, hi ho.
Now,
It's off to the mountain we go.
off to the dwarves.
to dwarves, so. Who's leading the party onward?
Similar.
I would say probably Iggy and Farouk if possible. Or I can help, or,
I mean, any combination of those, I think.
Yeah.
We all have the same survivor.
Croesus will be just behind who's ever leading, just because I've got eyesight.
awesome.
That's more than 60 feet.
7 plus 7, 24 for survival.
Nice. Okay,
I guess I'll hang back and protect the squishies.
and so, what is your? What's your goal? What's your path?
Scouting.
Once we get close enough to the mountain.
Yeah, I mean, if we are at the mountain,
Path or maybe it's not coordinated.
we're like somewhere right there.
Our next checkpoint is the frozen woods, right?
Right. Kind of at the frozen woods, you'll. Farouk, I wouldn't say that this is starting to look like home, but it's definitely starting to. It's
So when we get to the mountain, because that's where we're gonna go. I mean, yes, we're walking around the gorge because we're not gonna go through it,
right.
and then that takes us to a mountain eventually, as we kind of watch around and walk.
Well,
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't even cross the gorge.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Right.
that.
Okay.
it's not like miles long. It's not that far out of the way.
Okay.
It's maybe, adds another mile to your journey, which, is significant in this
Yeah.
environment, but it adds maybe half to your trip, but it does take you 2-3 hours. A little extra time going around the gorge. Are you guys being careful and stealthy?
No, I think we're just walking because it's
Yeah,
middle of
You have
nowhere.
You have a light spell going that can be seen across the thunder for mile. I mean, you have a light spell going so that you can.
If it is dark, otherwise, I have a light spell going, I can't see.
It is.
One going to-
Here's the thing. It's always dark.
Yeah, then I always have.
It is never better than dim light. Okay. Well,
Do we have,
Would we be able to still get like the benefits of having lights up if I had passed without a trace going at the same time? Does that snuff out, like,
No, you just won't leave footprints, but they'll still see light.
they'll still see light?
Yeah.
No, the light spell says it has a radius. It just, it's magic light, it just stops at the edge of the radius.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how light.
Darkness works.
Yeah, that's darkness.
Yeah, so it's like.
That radius is darkness is not.
But me,
focused on
100 feet away, you can see like this big black orb.
Saying.
I'm just saying, if a torch, if a cigarette could be seen through the jungle for about 4 miles, the light spell could be seen.
We need to get you
further
some
than-
dark vision goggles.
Yeah,
I don't
But,
have that vision either, so-
yeah.
So you
I'm a
do,
little-
you're able to kind of cross the terrain. And ignoring the house that, may or may not have had something cool in it.
No.
I mean,
Yep.
the
Supposed to be adventurers and explorers and shit. And just
I
like,
went and explored the house. You said it was abandoned. I was like, all
you
right,
didn't
no
go
fun.
in it.
Looks for a broken window to jump through. I got no opposable thumbs as a fox. I can't open any doors.
So
It's no problem.
you even know where not to go. So, all right.
I mean,
So you guys make it through. You get around this area. Around this area right here. You're getting close to the woods. Give me perception, survival, nature, all of you.
perception and nature.
And or nature.
Oh, and or
Make one check.
sure.
Perception, nature, or survival.
You got it.
Tell me what you used. for this check.
Look at his.
19 perception.
19 perception.
Ooh,
Perception.
23 perception.
All this.
18%.
So all perception, no nature.
I got a 9 survival.
9 survival,
21 perception.
21 perception. 13 survival, Sissy.
9 perception for survival, the same.
23 perception.
23 perception. So all of you perceive, you guys know what an old growth forest looks like?
Mhm.
It's so an old growth forest does not look like what you like. You're thinking it's all tangled in briars and bramble, right? It's not like that.
Oh, it's
Because
clear
the
and full.
trees grow so tall, they block it all the light. And so it's basically like with my grandparents, they had my grandparents had a Model T, and they used to drive it in the Sabine forest because there was nothing between the trees, just big pine trees. This is very similar to that. There are fairly large trees, and I think the only reason they're still standing is because of their distance from the tin towns. Because otherwise, with the scarcity of fuel, they're going to chop it down, or maybe something else.
There are those Zan trees.
Yeah, it's just it is like knowing the shortage of fuel. You're like, kind of odd. It is a long way. That's probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's probably what it is.
Probably.
So you, Farouk, this being kind of your hometown, your home area. My neck of the woods. Yeah. Oh. So Farouk,
Shake of the head.
while, right, shaking the head, wagging the finger. Root, with your perception and with your nature being the same thing, nature. There's something. Your survival.
My nature's awful.
Oh, your nature's awful. Well, your survival, because you want to.
Like, I look at a plant and I know it's bad. I don't know why.
Right. In this case, you look at those woods and you're like, yeah, we could totally go through those woods. I mean, the fact that it's about to be night, that doesn't matter. And the fact that it's, woods in the middle of an area where fuel's been, so scarce that they're burning bodies and shit for warmth. Probably nothing, no connection there.
Yeah.
It is a ways, right? It is a ways. It is definitely a ways between, it's a ways.
It's not a Google Maps, it's a wave.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah, it's a distance, in other words.
I thought he was trying to tell me, like, oh, it's a GPS.
Right, it's ways, WAZE, yes. No, there is some distance, so it would involve like pack trains and sleds and, a concerted effort to get out here. The woods are lovely, dark, deep, sweet. And you have promises.
So, we're going to the woods? Should be safe.
Is Croesus, being from the 10 towns, ever had any hearsay from other people traveling? He's probably never been here specifically, but heard anything about this far south, you know, in 10 towns and why people haven't made their way over here to race it to the ground?
Well, you do know that there are effectively tribes of barbarians, reggae tribes.
Okay.
That kind of roam around and, you know, they are kind of the opinion, if they're there, they own it.
I've traded with people here before, and you ever heard of the like tribes? They walk around naked all the time. Very uncivilized.
I mean,
Mostly harm.
Nick, in this cold.
Look, they're not very smart.
coming from Baruch.
Yeah, I just look kind of like,
They're not smart enough to realize they should be.
Goodness.
They've grown up here like me. They're kind of resistant to
Still.
it.
Okay,
I've seen them. They have wild parties. Run out, completely drunk. Run out into the river. Come back completely naked.
Which one of you had which one of you had a highest roll?
I had 23 perception.
And you had
I have 18 percent. I didn't
21.
realize my nature is the same. I'll actually switch mine to nature. So I'll have 18 nature.
Okay, well, you have survival, you have nature. Sound fine. You've seen some natural things.
Yeah. I've grown up around Romeo.
That's true. Are they natural? They are. We're just gonna leave it at that. Canonically speaking, yes. So. You do find it odd that there's a forest of trees. It's a natural looking forest in a very unnatural. You, with your high perception, looking
Uh-oh.
see. No, no.
it's like the hag.
You caught glimpses. You're not even 100% sure that they're real. It's it's getting darker. But to your eyes, it didn't register as something like I keep forgetting dark vision is not the same as infravision.
Correct.
Dark vision, infravision is like you saw heat.
Yeah.
This is not infravision, so this is dark vision. Even to your eyes, as sensitive as they are in the darkness, you could have sworn you saw something kind of dance around, maybe darting between trees or from tree to tree. It's again. No.
Well, we should be fine if we stay vigilant and be aware of our surroundings. And just take it slow. Just in case there is something hidden in the trees.
Oh, Wood, we are here not to cut thee down, but to just pass through. We mean no harm. No fire, no blades.
Croesus looks awkwardly at himself.
I kind of like
You sure?
tuck my jacket over my my axe blades.
Yeah.
They will pass through, but they will not be used on thee.
This is hood up. He tries to cover the red.
How far do you think we can travel?
Gestures vaguely at Iggy.
That hour is.
Oh,
Yeah, let's keep moving.
Lights up. Which way you guys going?
I guess straight into the woods,
Straight to the woods.
Do we think that's the best way? I mean.
or, you know,
It is. I
A
mean,
into the woods, buy into the woods, pan into the woods. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, we want to end the night.
over the river, through the woods. To.
Sunlight, we go. Yep.
Okay, well, it doesn't take you very long. It's not that far.
Really, what do is let us over the river, and then we literally saw grandma's house.
Yeah, and you fucked up grandma's house, and now you suffer.
Grandma,
No, I'm kidding.
my grandma.
I even made a map and shit. This is why I don't do arts and crafts.
I mean, you made a map that was great. I just remember it last time you did something fun to just add a little challenge. I rolled double natural ones and turned to stone. So the whole concept of, oh, I could plummet down a gorge. Nope.
You're like, I just got this character back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, no,
Nope.
nah, I see your tricks, sir.
Yep. Nope.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So.
Just don't want to risk
you
it.
do, it's not hard to make it to the tree. I mean, there are a few, maybe a couple of rows of smaller, younger firs, you know, at the border. But it doesn't take long for you to take a few steps under the trees and you are pretty quickly like taken aback by dark.
Gonna say.
Even like you're used to it being dark, like dim light. Under these trees, it's worse. Because very little light is filtered.
There's
And
very little light to
it's-
filter to begin with.
right,
Yeah.
and it's quiet. There's not as there is some snow, but it's more like snow drifts that have been blown under the trees. And if you look up through these trees, these are big trees, these are old trees.
Sequoias or not quite?
No, okay, like 20-year-old kind of trees or fir trees. Really, they're tall, their branches are outspread. And it's actually about maybe 10 to 15 feet before you reach the first branches.
Very out.
Right, very out. And you can see that the snow is caught mostly in the upper branches of the trees. And some of the snow, as the trees kind of sway in the wind, there's a gentle sprinkling of little snow, right? Snowflakes and ice crystals that kind of dance around as they float down the trees. But it is. You are, the wind still reaches you, but it is much less severe. It's quiet. There's actually not as much snow. So the ground is actually easier to walk,
Warmer under here.
right? I mean, if you actually stay under there for a little bit, because the air doesn't have party, doesn't have, yeah, you could actually conceivably warm up this place. But it is getting probably close to about 6. So do you wish to press on? Yes. Rule of the forest?
Varuk, do you think it might make sense to, not have a light while we go through to avoid the tribes around here? Should we, or is it okay to have the light in the dark forest?
That is okay. Most people at this time of day would be back eating dinner. Maybe patrol, but
Speaking of light. In the distance, deeper into the forest, you see a little flare of blue light.
Hmm.
Sort of dance across your vision.
Well, that's enough for me to want to figure out what that is.
You all see it.
Does it look like the things we saw Well, those things that we brought before.
I bet you that's just one of the natives painted his ass.
That'd be a nature check to figure out what that is if I thought it was a creature or thing, right?
22.
Yes.
It's pretty similar. I mean, but it's hard.
Yes, but I
You-
let everybody know I'm worried.
You, nature check. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that you encountered will-o'-the-wisps,
Right.
and it's not, you're not like, that's fucking will-o'-the-wisp, but you're not saying it. Like, it definitely could,
Okay.
it could also be something else. And as you guys see that,
It's just that one to have it using that and calling us follow. You know, we can talk to it. Anybody read things?
so. and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the fives. There's also-
Thanks, Chris.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That was beautiful.
You're either with us or you're.
Iggy, you could have sworn you just felt the space next to you for just a moment. Temperature dropped.
Even more than it already is.
Right, I mean, like, when I say it dropped, I mean, it's even in a place where the average temperature is -58, this felt cold.
Do you feel like at that point, even though it's just like dropping for dramatic effect, do you still have to like roll and not take like a 1d4 cold damage? Like
No.
that's cold.
What do we see?
I'd like to make a perception
Russell
check.
What?
Is he, Iggy, are you making noise again?
You guys hear,
Yes, but not that one.
you hear the hooting of the owl. There's a kind of a
We'll make sure that's an owl.
rustle, like a rustling of the tree branches. And you see the dark shape of an owl fly from one tree and then dart it back up higher into one of the other trees.
Did it grab one of the glowing orb things?
No.
I was really hoping it was a natural predator.
I'm gonna close my eyes and
Uh-huh.
concentrate on listening really closely for approaching threats.
For approaching threats?
Yes. Or approaching anything, I mean,
Hard to know.
So, do you have any supernatural senses or anything
I-
you're afraid?
I don't, but I'm trained in blind fighting, so I probably have pretty good hearing.
Give your perception check with advantage as you're focusing all of your senses down to, you're focusing all of your perception in one sense.
26.
Ooh. Didn't even need the advantage.
There are, there's definitely 1 or 2 wild animals in the vicinity. You're pretty sure if you had to, you could point to the tree the owl flew up into and maybe what branch it landed on. Maybe a deer or a stag off in the distance, but other than that, it's very quiet.
And it sounds like regular animal noises, like not an animal stalking us, but just
No,
an,
no,
an animal living its life.
right, right. I mean, you know, an owl is a predator, you know, a stag generally isn't, although it can definitely put up a fight. But you don't hear like the slow approach of a forest lion or something.
Right. Yeah, guys, I think we're about as safe as, you ever are.
I'm going to not just extinguish the light on the staff, but I'm gonna kind of put it down low. Not casting light out and let my eyes kind of adjust and see if I see any more of that blue light.
In investigations, you're actually trying to.
22.
Choose
I have a +6.
Nice.
two.
Yes, make those.
You just like saying the figures.
As you kind of focus. You don't see any of those particular flickering blue lights. But you do. There's no way that looked. Even though
Humanoid and then faded away.
like a face formed out of the ice crystals floating to the ground, and then
What's it called?
literally evanesced.
I let everybody know what I think I saw and where I think I saw it.
I don't like this.
It'll be fine.
I don't do the ghosts.
Is that how the woods usually feel?
Sister, would you? Look at this one?
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and, loosen my axes in their little sling or whatever I keep them in.
There's something woven here that's odd.
Oh, yeah, that makes me feel so much better.
I'd like the house.
Odd like the house?
Yes, but different. Okay,
There we go.
Siston
Uh-huh.
specifically. Whereas you didn't feel any malevolence in the house,
Mhm.
there's a tinge of it.
Oh.
The bad.
Of
Again,
Of
no
course.
blades, no fire, no harm to the woods.
To the woods.
Have we stopped forward momentum? Have we stopped trying to make our way through and we're investigating? Are we still moving our way through?
That's up to you.
Let's keep moving
I
on.
think we can ignore
Yeah, let's
Let's move. Let's
Just-
keep moving.
be alert, but let's not tarry.
Yeah, Croesus's head is on a swivel.
So are you moving stealthily or just rocking out?
I think we're rocking out. I don't think we're moving stealthily,
Okay. Alright.
but Croesus is looking actively.
I will actually drop a little bit back from the group, not very far, but far enough that I think if I was sneaky, somebody might not see me. And I will be proceeding stealthily.
Well, you've got the speed to do it, so.
Yes, I do. Would you like a stealth check, Mr. DM?
I would please.
Love it.
Let's see. 19, reasonably stealthy.
Pretty stealthy. You feel like pretty confident.
that that you have learned how not to be seen.
Somewhere is like,
Yeah, the multi-class monk rogue.
Are we all on the stealth boat right now, or is that? just a
No.
Corey
No.
thing?
Assisting you feel
be very
something brush against the back of your head.
Lovely.
I was
No,
I can pull up a kind of
Oh,
thing if we are concerned about the ghosts.
this is not the time for ASMR.
Croesus just like stops and starts looking around.
No, I'm not.
The voices are back. They go on the strange whispers.
Yes.
They're moving all around.
These woods are a lot
Okay.
scary than I
Sense is
remember.
rising.
Well, and we have a light spell, so I guess that's not keeping him away.
Sound alarm.
Oh, no.
For a brief moment. You remember a girl in a dress,
Oh,
a parasol.
no, not this again.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Attack the park.
And you think this feels similar but different. Little blue lights. Make a little long star. Quite a distance, probably 30, 40, 50, kind of hard to judge.
Oh, uh-oh. I spoke with her.
Well, come at me, bitch.
Good.
Who are you calling, bitch?
They said they were coming for me.
Who said they were coming for
That's
you?
what I'm saying.
That's a rude thing to just say someone and then not even be there.
Right as you say that,
Huh.
this thing
Ah,
coalesces out of the mist, humanoid with a glow of eyes. And it's
he's like,
making it out.
It took me a second.
what about that from?
Especially because I'm facing away from it. So it's just my peripheral that changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You strike down and you drive that axe straight through whatever that thing is. And it passes through it like almost no resistance. The thing splits. Roll damage. It splits along the passage of your blade. And it two parts. Kind of waver for just a second. And then they snap back together and it lunges at you. Roll for initiative.
Oh,
Oh, Lordy.
Do you want us to roll initiative in roll 20 for initiative tracker? Or do you want us to, or can we just,
well, if we roll it outside, we can then add it to our initial
Sure.
tracker afterwards.
then that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever the
You
DM.
guys want to do that first week?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
4.
16 for me.
So
I just realized I didn't bring any
Oh.
freaking minis with me.
Uh-oh.
Because, you know, the cabin didn't have any actual combat encounters.
All the one.
I
It's okay.
failed. All right, well,
You can use a bunch of.
We can hear.
yeah, we hear, man. This is not like a horde of undead coming at you. What do we have? Why?
Oh, there's a.
Oh.
Tracker.
Where is the initiative tracker? And where are the players? You're still on the boat. Wow, I'll just move everybody to the landing page and drop it.
Whatever.
Alright. Landing page. And initiative tracker.
Excuse me.
Alright.
No, what is that?
Um,
Like sneezes
right?
and sneers?
Okay, who got what?
20.
20.
I also got 20.
I think your dex is better than mine.
So.
I only do +1.
there we go.
No,
15.
I have a
Alright,
+2. My dex is better.
Yeah,
It's.
okay. You got a what now? Oh, wait, how can I enter these names?
Well, if we just roll it, then we can change it. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Oh, I didn't know I could do that. All right.
Yeah,
Roll 12. Add custom item.
gosh.
Wait,
It's easier if everybody just goes ahead and rolls it and then lets Joe edit it.
yeah, probably.
Except for you, who doesn't. have stuff.
Well, I'm gonna have him edit mine because I rolled before the tracker was up and I rolled much better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can edit it yourself, Jay.
You
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Oh, can you? Oh, see, that's even easier.
I edited mine.
So once everybody's edited and added, Joe can just sort.
It's not letting me add.
You could add a monster. Right?
Add turn. There we go. And what did you roll?
80 boxes.
Alright, let's get this. So we have 2 Connies in here, is that right?
Should just be 1. 16 is the correct one. If you see more than one.
Yeah, I see 2 16s. That's awesome. There we go. Nope, see 2 assistants and 2 dead. What's going on?
I have somebody.
I don't think we did.
I packed them in a. Bargaga.
You?
Unheard
Okay, that looks better. Okay, Iggy, Croesus, Connie, Siston. Alright. You know. You guys see 2 of everything? Nope. Okay, well, that's good, because I do. Okay, Croesus, you are up. You are an idea on it.
So I saw Varuk swing his axe at what exactly? Well, what did I see? Is
You
that-
see a misty, you know, like type 12 free floating apparition.
Okay.
Yeah, you see a humanoid form, classical ghostly look.
Sure.
You know?
Exactly what he told us he'd never seen here before. Awesome.
Well, that's because you normally don't see them.
No.
That's probably true.
I have never seen them before.
And it's the only one that I see, correct?
It is the only one that you see. You are not that far.
To be fair.
All right.
It's just awful.
Well,
Yeah.
we said we weren't going to shoot fire in the forest, so I'm gonna try real hard to like not shoot fire in the forest. I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt at it.
Chaos balls.
Yeah, and we're gonna see what happens.
Chaos, hopefully.
Why didn't you roll?
It's like.
Come on, roll to the VTT. There we go. Okay.
And
So what did I roll? I rolled with a 2 and a 7.
but a 9 to
9 to hit.
That's the
Do what?
9 to hit.
The 9 to hit.
Yeah.
And he sounds really hopeful. Don't, you know, I don't know what to say about that, but I appreciate the
Yeah.
hope.
You know what they say, assistance, hope is the first step of disappointment.
Ah,
Yeah. With a 9, your chaos bolt just
just a bit outside.
barely misses it. A little,
Kim.
but it now has long hair, somewhat elven? No, maybe not human. You're not really quite sure what features it has, but it does have long hair, flowing clothes, and as the chaos bolt goes by, it looks up at you.
Oh, no.
And it opens its arms wide.
Lovely. If it
Still
matters, oh man, it was thunder damage. If it matters.
Even at the.
I mean, the tree that it
Oh, no.
doesn't strike, but you hear the thunder go off and it shakes the trees and, heavier amounts of snow fall. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna move away from the apparition.
Yeah.
And just like directly away from it.
It's like directly.
Yeah, I
How much
mean,
space you want to put between it and you?
how much space?
You had to move 5 feet to get close to it.
Okay,
You didn't do it.
no.
I mean, however far you can go, you can do that.
How close am I to it now if I was sort of in the middle of the party?
5 feet, maybe?
Oh, yeah, then I'm definitely gonna put, another 30 feet between us.
Okay.
No.
No problem.
Yeah, back the way we came.
Back the way you go.
Yeah.
Very good.
Specifically not towards the other apparitions that I'm sure are
No, there's only
not
one.
there.
Okay, Ace, take it out of you.
Is there actually only one, or are there?
You only see one.
Interesting. Well. Waiting on my computer to realize that it does have a power source plugged into
Oh,
it.
no.
But I think I'm just going to slice this this apparition.
Mm-hmm.
I've got, I believe, this little thing called primal savagery.
Ooh, sounds pretty good. I love that spell.
It's so
What is it? It's a true spell.
you channel primal magic to cause your teeth or fingernails to sharpen, ready to deliver a corrosive attack. So I'm going to make a melee spell attack against this apparition.
Does it make them magical? It's a spell.
It is a spell, I'd imagine.
Very good.
So I'll just take a swing at it. That's 19 plus 7.
You splash forward and you actually see the claws slash through the misty diaphanous form.
And that'll do 4 acid damage.
Acid?
Yes, correct.
Acid. Right. 4 total acid points.
Yeah,
It goes
2 2s on D10s.
Nice. Fabulous. Alrighty, is that your turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright,
What else to do?
Connie, you are up. Farouk, you are up.
So, do I believe that this thing has spotted me?
You don't know. It hasn't looked at you, I'll put it that way. And
Well,
you
I was being pretty sneaky.
were-
I'm just gonna,
I mean,
I'm just
it
gonna-
hasn't made. It
I'm
hasn't
going,
looked at you and asked you what you were doing or anything.
I'm going to continue to be sneaky,
That's probably.
which
good,
is half movement. As
Right,
I move 20 feet back away from it and behind a tree or something.
sure.
And then I'll take the, I'll take the dodge action, just in case.
Okay,
You kids have fun. I don't shout that out loud.
what?
He doesn't say that out loud.
What does he say?
He does
I
not
said-
say anything.
I said, you kids have fun, but that was Jay talking to the group. That was not Connie saying shit.
So is that your turn?
Yeah, I feel very good about that turn.
Cowardice, I love it. Farouk, you are up. Sistine Song Sayer, you are on deck.
Right. And my hammer and shield together and I adjust my antler helm. Road. Get bigger, get bigger.
Which is, hold on.
Chris knows this is not smart thing, Farouk does not.
So, as a point of order, while it says a ghost has incorporeal movement, it can move through other objects as if they were difficult terrain. It takes force damage if it ends its turn inside an object. Ethereal sight, visage, etherealness, blah, blah, blah. Nothing in here that I see.
Well, I'm gonna leave that up to you, DM. I'm grabbing this ghost.
You make that grapple check. Oh,
21.
Grappling a ghost.
with strength, right?
Hey, Joe,
Yes.
you should check its stat block under condition immunities to see if it's immune to grapple. That is where the answer will be.
It's funny that there's information there, but not on the actual composition of the thing, which is kind of sad because it rolled a 6. And Brew, you bigger, you cutie fucking little thing, saying it was coming for me, and you reach out, you wrap your hands around it, and you hug yourself so tight. It feels so good. You pat yourself on the back, and it kind of it moves away.
I'm. What? I do it again.
Do it again.
Okay.
22.
Well, 11.
I love it. I
And
love that
this
you
time,
roll
and
it.
this time when you grab it, you actually, nobody else hears this, but Bruce hears. And whip, and it kind of swings upwards. Which is, kind of, it doesn't actually it doesn't actually use movement because it can't, it's on the turn, but it actually moves upward, like out of your grasp, like whoop, whoop, moves up, dances around a little bit, goes like. That was your turn? All right. Assistant.
My sense is that this is not dead. Kind of thing.
I mean, it's not wearing a sign, but
But
yeah.
So I grab my symbol,
Oh,
my
yeah.
goddess, and hold it, and I say, let go of this realm, go back to where you should be. And, or my goddess shall unmake you, and I turn undead,
Let's see it.
right,
Let's go.
right.
I know it's some kind of save for the, there we go. Okay.
Anyone within 30 feet of me that can see or hear me,
Yeah.
and
You see some,
wisdom saving throw. Did it land in the chat?
it did not. Just
Okay,
says-
so.
You can
my
display it in
st- yeah,
VCC.
Well,
Click on this spell.
it was, but
Each undead that can see or
I'm
hear you
saying-
within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom
Wisdom-
saving throw.
the wisdom save and my DC is 15.
All right.
For no reason at all, am I within 30 feet of her?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Maybe? No, probably not.
Okay,
Well, so what's your DC?
15?
As you say these words of power and you feel the weave around you and around this thing, it gives a supernatural screech, like literally supernatural. This turn. And oh. Doesn't it destroy a certain?
Yeah,
At her level, those probably like zero.
yeah, you gotta be pretty high level to take out a ghost.
it says, let's see.
Message of
It's
the
better
evening.
here. Features and traits.
The baby.
Yeah, it's challenge 4, so I guess that's the CR.
Yeah, CR 1/2 or lower.
CR 1/2 or lower.
Is lower than threshold of your level.
Well, it screeches and it looks. Okay, it is turned for 1 minute.
I'm gonna say, let it go. It will harm us not. For a minute.
Let's move. Let's go.
Make my way out of here.
If I feel like it's turned, that is my turn, and my fellow people have seen it be in pain.
I would say that as this is kind of last feature, this is something that is endemic to what you do. You have a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
You got 32.
Yeah.
And as a result, it's going to get measured.
If we do not hurt it, it will run.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
All right. Well. Nope.
Why you have a cleric in the party? It's the
This
only
is
reason
why you have a player, which is why you have a fiddle in the band. right?
Yeah,
If you're gonna go and up here, you gotta have player in the band. So,
it's moments like this.
right, so Sister,
Like,
you see
oh.
this thing, look at you. And it was angry, sad, frustrated.
Mm.
But then it turns a ghostly light,
Mhm.
blanches, and with a screech, it turns around away from you and flies quickly deeper into the forest, moving 80 feet away from you
Ooh.
and fading.
Dang.
Give us.
Toss ghost. I can.
Oh, we have an arm wrestle.
It will continue to flee. I suggest we make our.
Yes, I don't want you to stick around for it to come back.
Are you okay?
I scared it away.
Connie.
I'm just running 80 feet away.
Right?
Monk.
Yeah, the problem is back out of the woods, so. Because you would be in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
Connie was behind you, so you would have to go that way, the ghost went that way.
Yeah.
So. I don't know, Connie, where are you?
Once I see the ghost flee in terror, I come join the company. Neat trick system.
For real, who you gonna call, right? All right. So,
Connie looks very wary as she says neat trick to you.
Yeah, you don't like God bothers.
Connie, you definitely felt however you perceive a rush of divine energy from system.
Nausea.
I get that.
Okay. Well, you get the sense that system, you do not sense it reapproaching.
Mhm.
It wasn't. It was only expressing itself, and then someone got angry. You know, it wanted to feel seen, and it felt seen.
I mean,
I felt
we don't hold it.
Oh. You felt provoked, yeah.
the ghost taunted me.
Say thanks.
Yep. All right, let us continue. It's like still early evening.
Huh? Fashion. You deep digging?
I'm getting-
You're like those fish that just, like a pufferfish, it just expands in size with threatened.
Yeah. I feel threatened.
Your cheeks get real big and fat,
I absolutely adore the fact that Baruch. Gonna try to bust like it's fine, but yeah, I'll try it. Okay, you gotta try it at least once, right? You never know unless you try.
Now Baruch's got a story, he can tell his family. Tried to wrestle ghosts once.
Yes.
Scared it away.
I scared him away.
Luckily, it's not in Frozen Morisilka. Where a man is not a man until he finally gets a revenant. Right. Oh, so, you guys, the forest is not even a mile wide if you go directly through it.
So we wanna go to the edge of it and stop where if we can't.
Can't put anything cover? Okay.
Far enough back, we're still retaining, but what wants the force
The cover,
cover
The cover of under the canopy, right?
Yeah.
So you do,
and back far enough where we're not getting it.
right. You do occasionally see a little falling star motion, kind of from not in front of you. And not behind you, not anywhere near you.
It is watching you.
But
Told his friends.
you do manage to travel through the rest of this forest. It's actually, now that you're not being accosted by supernatural entities, it's actually almost pleasant because you're not trudging through snow the wind isn't blasting the flesh off your bones.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it's dark, but so what else is gonna be?
Yeah.
And it's actually, you know, it's actually, if you can clear this place of supernatural beings. Lovely. It would be one of the better places here.
I told you this for nice.
I was like,
I love it. Just accept it. Oh.
So you do arrive, you take up position. And rising before you is the mountain that you believe holds the location known as Sunlight. You know it will be well, for some of you, it will be a treacherous climb up the side of the mountain. For others, it'll be kind of like a walk down memory lane. Yeah,
It's a stroll.
right. Yeah. You know, it will be in terms of distance, it's about 2 miles from here to there, but it'll actually be longer than that because you have to climb. Right.
Do I know of any? Glory?
You know what?
Do I know of any mines of glory? Or any other situation? Or do I in fact know? Yeah, the only way is either up and over or on.
Make a Baruch check.
Oh, sweet. You would be bonus. I got a 15 on the die.
You
Good
know,
expertise for Baruch checks.
he does. And it's to test Baruchian lore. And you know, there's nothing like a mine tunnel that you know of. You could probably look around and find one. That knowledge is somewhat like adjacent to the knowledge of this is all one big. There's a cave going through here. It's conceivable. Conceivable. It's conceivable that you could wind up in Soul Light. Or the Underdark.
Or not in Soul Light.
Right. You could also wind up in the Underdark. Because there's one thing we know about Dwargar. Where did Dwargar come from? Unlike what
Well-
Well, when a mommy
I'll be-
each other very
I'll
much.
give you a hint. And just because this is Joe speaking, not the DM, it's the goddamn Underdark. And the Underdark sucks.
And yet.
I've always thought Joey's
mean,
liked the Underdark. This is really
isn't-
surprised.
Isn't under the forest that we're at under dark as well? Like everything is dark.
You know, there are parts of the Underdark that are pretty well lit compared to Icewind Dale.
Yeah, it was.
I
Yep.
learned just the other day that there's the Underdark and then there's the Lower Dark. Did not even know about that shit.
Lower dark, you
Even the
know.
people in the Underdark don't like going to the Lower Dark.
And then there's the Outer Darkness, which is just,
That sounds.
that's where Predathos is from.
I mean, Baldur's Gate 3, it's like all nice and chill on the top side, like.
It's a fun little
okay.
like fungus
Like,
forest.
Moment you fucking go underground, you're like dead. Ah.
Wow, I didn't know a bullet could fuck you up like that.
Why am I fighting a roulette and a fucking troll at the same time? This is bullshit.
Yeah,
This needs a balance pack.
the first time I got to the Underdark in that early access was like through the little well
Yep.
in the
Oh,
village.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
my characters were way too under levels. I was like, hey, I have a little tooltip. I can interact with the well. I clicked on it and they just jumped down, take a billion fall damage, and land smack in between 2 minotaurs. I was like, all right,
Right.
we're gonna
That's what it
reload
was.
that save.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah, that well? That's close to the fucking phase spiders. Ask me how I know.
Those motherfuckers.
Oh god,
Anyway. So,
I can't wait for August.
I assume you wish to rest for tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Strike it on fire.
last watch.
So,
First watch, okay, cool.
No.
so I will tell you a couple things before we take watch. So from here, we're going to begin the chapter 3, which is
All right.
sunlight. And the thing that happens immediately after sunlight are the end of season. Okay. We are going to be alleyless when? August?
August to December.
August to December.
That will be 6 hours ahead.
Right. Which means probably no alley.
So when we play it like, at least you guys want to play it at noon on like Saturday or something.
I
Studying abroad.
Yeah, I'd totally play at noon on Saturday or something.
You what?
I'd totally play at noon on Saturday or
I
something.
totally play the game and then on Sunday, but here's the thing. You're gonna be in motherfucking London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's-
Thank you.
I mean, I love me some fucking D&D, but you're gonna be in London.
You be partying all the time.
Right.
No, but on Saturday,
You're gonna be-
afternoon,
you're
you
gonna
go
be
see
Saturday,
London.
you're gonna be asleep.
Well, the problem is that in like London, everyone is British, so automatically Allie is way cooler than anyone who could be there. So like by comparison,
Oh, yeah.
she'll actually probably be one of the popular popular party spots.
I wonder where the insult was gonna come in.
Allie painting. Hidden girl. I want to picture you living there like this, smiling with a glow.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I didn't end it, well, I didn't intend on much of this to happen, but it kind of, things happened and Sandalphon's presence is somewhat, I have a trap door, but I don't want to do the trap door. And the end of Sandalphon's story, or not the end, but the conclusion of Sandalphon's story is the conclusion of Rhyme of the Frost.
Oh. What you're saying is we need to wait till she's back.
Right. So we can do,
Semester off.
right, we can do sunlight. We can do the thing that happens after sunlight.
Okay.
And that will be the end of season 1. That will be, I think, a good place to pause Rhyme of the Frost Maiden.
Okay.
Now, I'm almost done. I almost don't want to say it because Dylan's going to be with me next week. And I just got to keep him separate from the chemicals that destroy a pump.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm almost done rebuilding the parts of sunlight that were Dylan. And I don't even want to bring it up to you, which is hard. I'm like, dude, it's inside rage, outside, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know if any of you parents have ever felt that.
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah.
That moment of where you're like, you're like Ren and Ren is like, I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Anyways, I'm actually going to stop
Not
recording.
not ever. I have never felt that way.
Right. So I'm actually going to stop recording. We're going to stop here.
Right.
You guys will have a successful long rest. Not that any of you were injured. And we will begin not next week because we're going to East Texas, see the granddaughter. And then the next thing that I have that will be taking a weekend away will be the last weekend in June, which is what?
We will
We'll
be
be
out.
going the last week in June.
There you go. That works out perfectly. Which means I think between now and August, we probably have about maybe 5 or 6 sessions that we can get in. Sunlight will take 2, maybe 3. And then the thing that comes after sunlight can take, I mean, it can be as brief as half an hour. And that doesn't mean anybody has to die. but it could be brief or it could be. pretty
I
quick.
mean, if we want to die, or
Yeah.
apparently if we want to still be
we-
dead.
Going into chapter 3. What level are you first at now?
5.
5.
On the house. That.
Oh.
What did I tell you earlier today, Robert? Or what did I tell you earlier?
That we are trying to speed to the next level.
That is not what I said.
That's not what you
No,
said. No,
no.
we're on side quest mode.
Here we go. I will, and I quote,
We're in side quest mode.
and I quote. We're on the side quest until you guys get another level, because what's going to happen with the Dwergard may need some extra oomph trail tonight. Also,
Oh,
and
why
we
would you
did it
just
at
tell,
I mean,
why would you just tell Robert that?
Because I hadn't been playing in like months. He was catching me up.
well,
Because I asked him.
also, because I consider Sunlight to be like. So there's the climax of season 1. So we are entering into the 2-part season finale.
Okay.
Okay, and so Sunlight is part 1, and then the part that comes out, that's
Great job.
right. So,
Then you come back to season 3 and there's part 3.
well, when you come back for part 4,
Recently
Would be
on
season
Lost.
and then we will wind up with season 3, which season 3 is after, well, season 3 is the part where you're in place, where you do the thing. Stuff that might do some more things. But anyways, I really, guys, I cannot wait to show everyone Sunlight. Shannon and I have put in, well, I would say we put in quite a bit of work, but we put in quite a bit of work, and then we, redone some of it. It's not the coolest thing ever, but I think it's neat.
Awesome.
No, we'll be happy with it, I'm sure.
I will admit, I'm kind of fucking around because I want Lisa to be able to be here. Yeah.
She makes her own decision. She's an adult.
No, that's true. I'm not saying, but we are now at the point where the absolute next thing is Sunlight. So next session is Sunlight. Be here or be square or same bedtime, same bed channel, but there will be Sunlight. There will be Sunlight. It won't be Sunlight.
No, sir.
Yeah, there will be terrain, and there will be minis for literally every thing on the map. And I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I've never built something quite like this.
Well, I'm excited. You built this up.
So I have thought about building the exterior, which is just this whole fucking thing with a little door at the very top. And it's like Dwargar saying like, right? But
I go into second mode.
right, but there's not really much point in doing that whole thing. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to take you guys through it. I'm gonna start recording. Awesome.
So I am unclear. Are we gaining a level?